Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder before we get to our award-winning podcast that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
I'll be damned. We are up and running. Welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. And we appreciate you very much. Here you go, dorks. Here's that NFL season you can't stop jagging off over.
So excited.
Huh?
Won't you be watching your favorite team tonight?
Jesus, what a pain in the ass. You guys just can't get enough, can you?
I'm a fan. Yeah, I've been looking forward to it. Real football back. And I know you're a huge Eagles fan now.
Yeah.
Because they really did give us a gift at the end of last season. Are you going to be watching tonight?
No. It's a big Twins-White Sox game. Here you go, nerds. It begins tonight with a ball game between the Dallas Cowboys and defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. The game is on television and everything. Did you check the newspaper on that, Josh?
Yeah, I confirm that is the case.
Make sure you have all your fantasy football rosters in your lap as you're watching the game. And we expect updates from our listeners, too, on their fantasy football teams throughout the football season. 651-989-93. We expect updates on your fantasy football team.
What you got anybody playing tonight? Who's playing tonight?
Oh, yeah, I got everybody. Dorsett, Staubach, Jaworski, Harold Carr.
I don't think you're going to do too well.
Montgomery. What were you going to ask, Josh, about football?
Randy Shaver. Didn't he at one point say he has somewhere in the neck of mid-20s to 30s as far as the amount of teams he has?
He's a junkie.
I know he has that many for baseball. I can't remember the total for football, but I know he tells us he's in these crazy leagues with like 40 teams. It's like, who's left to pick when you got 40 rosters out there?
He's an addict.
And so he's not the type of guy, I don't think, that would do any auto drafts. I believe he really does his research and thinks about it. So the amount of time that must take is incredible.
Especially the leagues where he's in with people he knows, because we've seen how competitive the guy can get. He doesn't want to lose to his buddies or pals or colleagues or former colleagues, so he definitely puts the time in.
Local legend referee Rob Page has texted in already this morning to say, "What's up, butt munchers?" I just told you what's up, Rob. It's the NFL season, dude. It's back.
Benjamin said even the Twins are going to be watching football tonight. Yeah, don't blame them for that.
HVAC God Jesus has texted in about his fantasy. Good, you're the first guy this football season for the 25-26 season. HVAC God Jesus, you're the first one to text in about your fantasy football team. He says his fantasy football team, fourth and schlong.
Respect.
Is going all the way this year. Going all the way. So there you go.
I only did it one year, and I didn't really get into it too much.
Fantasy?
Yeah, because I was like sometimes cheering against the Vikings, just to win fantasy football, and it didn't seem right.
It's weird like that.
And that was back when we wrote everything down. It was pre-computer stuff.
Oh, you had to check the box scores in the paper and stuff?
Our commissioner, every year, he'd get grayer and lose more hair from all the stress.
Commissioner's a tough job. It really is.
That was the most difficult part for me back when me and Big Al shared a fantasy football team for many years. And the most difficult thing for me was just keeping up with, just dumping a lineup into the mix every Sunday. I would forget. And then you get some guys in the league are mad because you're not putting your best team out there every week. So, how should I say this? Dana and Josh and I are in a fantasy football league. I don't put my best roster out there because I drank too much the night before and forgot to update my roster. There were Sundays where I didn't even have a starting running back because I forgot to put my line. So let's say I'm playing Dana. Well, that's going to be an easy win for Dana, and then Josh would be upset with me for not putting a better roster up against Dana as opposed to 2 weeks prior when I played Josh. All that crap. It's just...
I felt more plugged in than ever, though. I knew way more players than I normally would. And more stats and stuff.
Shaver
like that.
talks about that too, especially with baseball, where there's so many guys and so many guys getting called up, and it helps them kind of keep track of who's who and who's doing well and who's not.
National Vehicle Marketing Jesus said we should check out his roster. He got an A+ in his draft, according to Yahoo Fantasy, and he will be available for interviews.
Wash my butt before my face, Jesus texted in also. And I guess he's quoting me from last year or from years ago. He says, apparently at one point or another, I said fantasy football is for people who peaked in high school.
It is kind of surprising how popular it is.
Oh, it's a gong show.
Do we still do it here? I know every year they would put something like that together. I didn't see anything this year.
I didn't see anything, no.
Maybe we just aren't invited anymore.
I wouldn't.
What are you talking about? We like The Office?
The station or these stations would put something together every year.
I wasn't aware of that.
Ashley would get involved. She's very competitive.
Later on this morning, we'll tell you all about this year's Purple Pick'em contest. Be listening at 7:30 when Randy Shaver jumps in with us.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, it's a big deal. I mean, you can win $100,000. You can go to the big game at the end of it.
The big game.
Other thousands of dollars given away throughout the year, hopefully.
There's a new gimmick on social media. Cute, right? Guys are asking for temporary... I'll get there. Guys are asking for a temporary reprieve from boyfriend duties so they can watch football. Are you following what I mean by that?
Sure.
Guys are asking their girlfriends, husbands are asking their wives for time off from their regular boyfriend and husband duties so they can sit on their fat ass and watch football.
If this is kind of meant tongue-in-cheek, it's kind of funny, but if they're serious about it, that's kind of douchey.
No one's serious about this.
Okay, good.
Unless you're totally insane. So men are posting their little funny resignation letters that they've sent to their wives and girlfriends to give them, say, for example, 10 hours off on Sundays, more time off on Saturdays for college football, Mondays for Monday night football, Thursday, because now almost every night of the week you can find a football game. And this arrangement would last until that big game that Josh was referring to earlier, that big game in February.
And this is one of my favorite times of year where we have to refer to it as the big game.
Right.
The ultimate matchup, things like that. You can't say it in conjunction with the giveaway.
Right. Don't say it.
I'm lucky in that regard. I don't need to step away from husband duties because my wife loves football too. As a matter of fact, sometimes in a weird way more than me, because a couple times she wanted to watch the Vikings preseason games, even like the second and they do three now.
3
right?
games,
yeah.
yep.
Oh,
the second and third. And one time she almost got mad at me. I was like, why? I mean, none of the starters are going to play. She's not going to be following along with the backstories of, guys working their tails off to make the team. She just wanted to watch it. I'm like, well, I understand. I'm looking forward to football too, but why would we watch past the first couple drives of the starters? I don't understand.
It's one of the things I dig about my wife is that big game that we've been hinting at. It could happen in our backyard, and she'd close the blinds. She could not give two pumps about the National Football League. So there you go. So that's been a funny bit, I guess, going around the internet is husbands and wives posting their resignation letters so they're not responsible for Dick Tracy until February. Later on this morning, we can talk dogs and cats with our coolest gal friend, Dr. Andrea Johnston from Gurman Animal Hospital. She'll take your questions about your house pets. I think she's easily our coolest gal friend.
Oh, I love Janelle. They're a tie.
Janelle's great, but she's not cool like Dr. Andrea.
Are you? Hold on a second.
Yeah?
Did you not see the leather jacket Janelle was wearing yesterday?
I did.
That oozed cool.
That was cool.
It was. Trust me, I'm not looking to hurt anybody's feelings. But if we're talking just straight up cool, Dr. Andrea is the bee's knees.
I've never met anyone who walked in studio for the very first time, never done anything like this, and dominated immediately.
That's what I'm talking about, Cubby.
She's very good under pressure.
That's what I'm talking about.
Last night, one of my dogs gave me the Rikishi stink face.
Oh, man. I haven't thought about the Rikishi stink face in a while.
He was wanting some attention, and he's pawing at me, you know. And I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm going to pet you. And I took a second to stop petting him, and he sat on my face.
Jesus.
I don't know if he was, I'm hoping it was a show of affection and not disrespect.
Was he shooting some kind of a canine smothering video?
I don't know what was going on.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't that fun, I'll tell you that much.
Well, maybe we can ask.
And I had to say,
what the hell, man? What are you doing? Get off of me.
Horrible. The thought of such a thing. Maybe remember to ask Dr. Andrea about that. Because I think a dog backing its ass into you is some kind of a... there's a word here. I apologize. I know I do this all the time. Some kind of a dominating...
Established dominance?
Yeah.
well, I don't know, because they love just to sit on your lap, and they're lap dogs.
But specifically, like backing their ass into you, there's a word I can't find. But the reason I'm somewhat familiar with the gimmick is I got one of each in the house. I got a dog and I got a cat. And the dog starts trouble with the cat by assing the cat. Knocking, the dog will move backwards towards the cat and ass him.
And your dog doesn't have much of an ass.
No, she's a tiny little, there's a word I'm missing. Someone can help me out. 651-989-9393. We can ask Dr. Andrea about that. When my dog wants to kind of show the cat, hey, I'm running things around here, she spins around and bumps the cat with her ass.
I'm not fat, I'm aerodynamic. Jesus has a fantasy puppy bowl team. Okay, I know you can, there's prop bets and things like that. Now, I didn't know there was fantasy teams. He calls it turd and lawn.
Turd and lawn.
And lawn.
I like that.
Fantasy. Yesterday, after we wrapped up our live radio show, we all got to meet the official baby of the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. Ashley and her new baby stopped by. And I'll go ahead and say that he didn't make a very good first impression on me personally.
I mean, he's very cute, and it was nice to see Ashley in that setting. She's glowing. She's so happy. And you can tell it's her first kid. I'll explain that in a second. But I don't mean to be a jerk here, but the kid never said a word.
No, didn't do any tricks, anything.
Didn't say hello, never even attempted to get to know any of us.
I was kind of expecting him to bring us gifts.
I was not impressed. Like I said, the baby didn't make a very good first impression on me because pretty much the first thing the baby did, you guys missed this because you were jaw-jacking. Josh and Dana and
Jeremy,
Ashley's husband. You guys missed this, but pretty much the first thing the baby did was launch a huge effing fart. And in case anyone forgot the rules around here, only Josh and I are allowed to fart in this here studio.
I knew it was coming. I told you guys it was coming. I held the baby, and this is how I knew. I mean, this is how you could tell it was her first baby. Before I was allowed to hold the baby, Ashley wanted me to use some hand sanitizer. And I thought, oh, this is their first one. They're worried about that kind of thing.
Oh.
You know, after you have one, you just figure the kid's going to be fine. It'll help the immune system. So I lubed up with this stuff, held the baby, and I could tell he was pushing. And she had mentioned that, there might be something coming. And you could tell. I kept telling her, like, hey, why don't you take him back? I think he's about to blow here.
I mean, it was terrible. I'm sorry you guys missed it because it was absolutely terrible what this baby did in studio. It sounded like I was sitting in a fish house again with my dad 20 years ago. It was horrible.
Yeah, I can't believe it was. He's such a little guy. But even Ashley said, oh, that was a keeper.
Well, see,
she
Josh,
seemed surprised.
I was happy that you were holding the baby because you were able to tell that was coming. Had it been me, I would have been dead in the blast zone. I wouldn't have known the thing was about to fart.
Oh, no, you would have known.
I would have?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, he was struggling.
Okay.
Yeah, the signs were there.
Because she was like 2 steps away when all of a sudden Nick just recoiled at the sound of that kid just launching one.
As soon as Ashley carried him in here, he dumped a big fat baby fart at me. So he and I are off on the wrong foot, I guess. Josh and I are the only ones allowed to do that in this studio. People have been thrown out of this studio for acting like that.
And he didn't apologize.
No.
At least I didn't hear the offense, but from what I was told, he never said anything about it.
He's a tiny little sumbitch. I don't know about those babies. What do you know about him, Josh?
Not much. I mean, I'd have to refer to my wife for that. But it's funny.
She's busy watching preseason football.
Yeah, and weirdly passionate about it. Ashley, it's funny how she was. I met a couple of people like this where they're very outspoken about hating kids and I will never have a kid. And both of them became mothers within a couple of years of that statement. I had a feeling that was going to be the case with her, too.
Sometimes you got to find the right person, of course.
I do remember. Yes, this is the word I was looking for when I was talking about my dog bouncing her ass off the cat. Looking to antagonize, to instigate. Yes, thank you, Youper Jesus. Those were the words I was looking for. Anyway, back to this baby. What were we talking about, the baby?
How Ashley said she never wanted to have a baby,
Right.
and Josh has known a couple people like that, then all of a sudden, 6 months later, they're knocked up.
Right, she did say that. She did. But now she seems quite happy with what she's done.
Yeah, she was, like I said, it was cool to see her in that setting yesterday. She was pumped. And, it also could have been that it's one of the first times I've ever seen her after she got more than 3-4 hours of sleep.
She says the baby has been sleeping through the night most nights.
Yeah, she got lucky there.
She's done all right. She's done all right. Oh, man. What else is going on? Am I forgetting anything, Josh?
Well, we mentioned Purple Pick'em. That's going to be a big deal. Andrew DePaula, our regular Vikings, going to start joining us again the Fridays before game day, so we'll talk to him tomorrow morning.
Oh, and back to Dr. Andrea, who'll be swinging in here around 8:20, and she'll start fielding your text messages, any questions or comments you have about your house pet. Dogs and cats are her specialty, but she has taken questions on snakes. What else? Has she taken questions on...
Didn't she chickens at one point?
She does know something or another about chickens and what... Anyway, cows. She has talked cows before.
Pizzle rot. She's talked pizzle rot.
Right. Which is, again, what is that again?
Some, stinky condition of a penis.
Oh, yeah. Pets can have a smelly dong. Dr. Andrea will be here a little bit later. We knew this already, didn't we? That Labradors are no longer the most popular dog breed in America.
Yeah, I think maybe last year when, they released these yearly or sometimes more than yearly, we talked about that.
Do you remember what flavor dog it is that took over for Labradors?
The Golden Retrievers.
Oh, no, I have here French Bulldogs.
Oh, in Minnesota I'm talking about.
Oh, I was speaking of our entire proud country. In America, all of us included, how do you call it? The French Bulldog is the new top dog.
Those things kind of weird me out a little bit. They're kind of goofy looking.
Yeah, it's the top dog in 16 states. The coasts love the French Bulldogs.
Oh,
those are the ones getting ripped off, right?
Yeah, they get stolen. They're worth a lot of money.
I guess I'd have to look up a picture of one. I've heard it said over and over again. I got to look up what they look like. French Bulldog, okay. Oh, well, they're cute as hell.
And they're expensive as hell, right?
You tell me. I mean, we've heard
like thousands of dollars. I don't know if they're all that much.
Well, they're absolutely adorable.
Their eyes are a little too far apart.
Huh?
The eyes are a little too far apart for me.
Well, then you must run screaming from a pug.
I do. I don't like them either.
All right, right here, a purebred French Bulldog from a breeder. can cost between $1,500 and $8,000.
Jesus balls. Well, I don't think their eyes look that. Anyway, now that I'm looking at one, sure, I've seen a few of these, and no wonder they've become so popular. They're very cute. That's what it says here, that the classic lab has lost its decades-long reign as America's most popular dog, and now it's the French Bulldog.
German Shepherds were big on the list, the most popular in 13 states.
What was the dog in your neighborhood that you were most afraid of? Every neighborhood had that dog where your parents said, don't go near that sumbitch. I'll tell you right now, he'll kill you as soon as look at you.
It was a Chow when I was very little.
Now I got to look that up.
Or a Chow Chow, maybe they're called.
Chow, chow. You say it 2 times.
Yeah.
Chow, double up. Chow, chow. Chow.
When I was a kid, I thought it was a lion the first time I saw it.
Oh, yeah, sure. I just looked one of those bastards up. They don't. They do get pretty big, too, don't they?
Yeah, this one was really big.
And so
I was very little, but I remember it being pretty big.
Were there any stories about it? Like chewing a kid's arm off and then that?
No, but I was told that breed can get that way. Even by the dog owners are like, hey, don't get too close. They can get pretty aggressive. If I'm putting incorrect information out there, I apologize. I'm just telling you what they told me.
In my neighborhood, there was a Doberman Pinscher that lived a couple doors.
Oh, that's intimidating looking dog.
I'll never forget this. There was a Doberman Pinscher that lived a couple doors down, and when we kids would be running up and down the street, it would foam at the mouth. It wanted to kill us so bad. At least that's, the vibe it was putting out. And our folks said, don't go walking up on that damn thing, and I never did.
All right, so people are confirming what I was told. Chow Chows, some of the meanest dogs ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at the picture. They also look pretty nice.
They're cute.
They're mean, huh? I'm kind of drawn to them knowing that.
Well, deceptive.
Baudette fishing guide Jesus has been attacked by 4 dogs in his life. 3 of them were German Shepherds.
Oh, man.
Well,
what the hell? Because he runs around town smelling like fish?
I don't know. Maybe he's antagonistic towards dogs. I'm not sure. When my daughter was attacked by a dog, and, barely even knew this dog.
Intimidating breed,
yeah.
too. Tell them the breed.
It was like a little wiener dog.
Oh, my God, yes.
And the emergency room doctor had said that's... You hear pit bulls, you hear things like that, and you hear those because when they do attack, it's devastating, some of those injuries. But he mentioned it's dogs like your dog, your wiener dog. It's dogs like labs, just because they're so prolific. Everybody has one of those, so they're the ones they usually see.
Yeah, the little dachshund that tried to kill Josh's stepdaughter, he could be a mean sumbitch. Little dogs are a little more temperamental, I think, because they feel they have to be. They're this tiny little character. Like the short person syndrome, where they're more apt to snap at you than other folks.
I had a little dog. I don't know what kind it was because I was, maybe 7 or 8.
Oh.
That he tried to attack my penis, and he got the suburbs so good with his claws that I still have scars on the upper area of my thighs.
Oh, man.
So he left scars? He must have needed stitches.
He was
then.
going for it. No, it wasn't stitches bad, but there was deep. Well, maybe it was, and my parents just didn't take me to
Why
the
did he
doctor.
go after your little unit?
No idea. No clue.
Did you have a sandwich in your lap?
No. Nothing like that. We were just kind of playing in the backyard, and one of my neighbor's dogs got out.
Had you recently used mayonnaise for lube?
I was too young for that.
Yeah, I got my lips bit off. That was either a Brittany or a Springer Spaniel. I can't remember which because I was very little. Got my lips bit off for me. So there you go. We'll end with lips being bit off. We'll move on from there. We're plenty busy today. We'll talk with Randy Shaver at 7:30. Oh, I'm sure he's doing cartwheels because tonight's the night the NFL regular season begins. Dr. Andrea at 8:20. So there you go. Thanks for joining us. When we come back, we'll dump the stupid news report right on top of your head. We'll be back here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Ever wonder how dark the world can really get?
Well, we dive into the twisted, the terrifying, and the true stories behind some of the world's most chilling crimes.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Nicole.
Together, we host Wicked and Grim, a true crime podcast that unpacks real-life horrors one case at a time.
With deep research, dark storytelling, and the occasional drink to take the edge off,
we're here to explore the wicked
and reveal the grim. We are Wicked and Grim.
Follow and listen on your favorite podcast platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Come on. Gotta have a drink first. We were having a conversation earlier about our upcoming guest this morning, Dr. Andrea Johnston from Gurman Animal Hospital. Should be swinging by around 8:20. We were talking about Dr. Andrea's visit. Then we started talking about dogs. I had a question for our listening audience. When you were growing up, what was the dog you were told not to mess with in your neighborhood? Every neighborhood had one. What kind of dog was it? And if you have any good stories, you're welcome to text them in, 651-989-9393. What was the dog in your neighborhood when you were a kid you were told not to mess with? In my neighborhood, it was a Doberman Pinscher, and I stayed clear of that effing critter. And as far as I know, he didn't mangle any of my neighborhood pals or anything, but it was
That's an intimidating breed.
And he showed us that he did not want us walking up on his property. Anyway, here's one text message I received on the subject. A listener said, when I was growing up, one of my neighbors had Rottweilers, and they were known for nipping at kids in the neighborhood. One time, one of them got loose and ran after me, and the dog's owner ran out and yelled, "Don't run! Stay still! Don't run!" The owner told our listener not to move, but I got scared and I ran anyway, and it bit me just above the ass.
Ooh.
He got bit right above the ass.
That's another intimidating looking breed.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Feel free to text us, 651-989-9393. If you've got anything to say about that.
I've been to plenty of Twins games. We went Sunday, and that's the first time I ever saw a bomb-sniffing dog. Have you guys noticed those before?
I've seen those before, sure.
At the Twins game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. How did you know it was a bomb-sniffing dog?
I was told it was a bomb-sniffing dog. It said it was a working police dog. And it was running around smelling people.
I've certainly seen a few police dogs. I guess I never was 100% sure what their specific duty was. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. It was a great-looking dog, too. I couldn't tell you what it was, but...
Our listener, George, he also got bit in the ass when he was a kid by a German Shepherd. He got bit in the ass.
He's the nicest guy around. He doesn't deserve something like that.
Sits on babies, she's texted in. She just got attacked by a dog yesterday walking around the neighborhood. What happened? Didn't say where it got her. Maybe it was on the ass. All right. We're starting off today's Stupid News Report with another example of some scandalous stuff cutting loose at what is mostly perceived to be a family-friendly type of an environment. Yesterday, we talked about a lunatic lady who took off her top and twerked her big old bottom up and down at her neighborhood park in front of nothing but kids. It was like a kids' day party at the park, and crazy lady turned it into a Ja Rule music video. She took off her top and she was twerking her big old bottom up and down in front of nothing but kids. That was yesterday.
I wasn't expecting you to make a Ja Rule reference today.
Ja Rule, Dana.
I respect that.
So we're starting off today with another example. Similar. But today is a little different. This wasn't a mental meltdown like yesterday's lady. This was an organized display at the Colorado State Fair, but it went a little too far, in the opinion of some of the fair goers. What they call here a buxom pole dancer put on a show at the fair, and some folks came away from it pretty pissed off. One sumbitch who saw the show said it was inappropriate for kids, and this is a kids' location. They're defining the Colorado State Fair in general as a kids' location. So,
She had a decent crowd.
She had a good crowd, yeah.
I only saw still pictures, and from the photos, it appears she might not be the most talented of pole dancers.
Oh.
Looked a little awkward.
I didn't see any video either. I saw those same still photographs. Now, this was an organized gimmick, scheduled and everything. They propped up a pole on a stage at the Colorado State Fair to put on some type of demonstration on the art. I love that. The art of pole dancing. You guys know the bit. It's a hip exercise routine, blah, blah, blah. It's evolved now into this.
My wife worked at one for the 15 minutes it was open. One of those places. It was right over here, right by our work.
So
Didn't last long?
Oh, no, I think it was open for like 2 months.
Oh, man.
And my wife said that if there was somebody under 55 there, she never saw him. It was mostly, ladies 55 or older.
So, and it was meant to teach women this hip new exercise.
Yeah, it was all fitness-based.
Fitness-based. So, back to the Colorado State Fair. I guess the gal up on the pole spun up a little too much heat for some of the folks at the fair. The pole dancer was bending all the way over, all the cliche moves. I like the part, Cubby, when they bend all the way over. Are you following this so far?
Yeah.
Then they look back at you.
Oh, yeah, like, ooh, when did you get here?
What the hell are you doing back there? But while you're back there,
yeah,
let me show you what the hell is going. The fair's general manager said they were, quote, blindsided by the routine. Well, you organized and scheduled a pole dance display. What in God's name did you think was going to happen? But he said they were blindsided by the route. There were plenty of folks who didn't have an issue. One dude said, "Stop complaining about everything," he said. "Stop being so negative about everything and look for the beauty in life and the art and culture." And how many times have you heard me say that out loud?
Oh, yeah. Have you read the articles in Playboy? I mean, come on. That's journalism.
So that's what cut loose over there in Colorado. Hell, I went to the state fair this year. I went there twice. You can see women wearing more revealing outfits than a pole dancer on every corner.
Oh, yeah, go to like Renfest or something like that. As a teenager, that was one of the best things about it. Like, my goodness, they can fit a lot into those corsets.
Oh, I mean, sure. The dancing is suggestive and this and that, right? A pole dancer, it's very suggestive. But if there are folks who are worried about, oh, look at what she's wearing, walk around the state fair. There's women wearing more revealing outfits than any pole dancer.
Well, she looked like she was wearing a swimsuit from the 1950s.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a one-piece suit that wasn't very revealing.
No. So whatever.
Outside of being tight, that was about it.
It was tight and it was all right. So that's the latest friggin' argument going back and forth. Back to neighborhood dogs. When you were growing up, every neighborhood had a dog or two that you were told, hey, don't go near that sumbitch. This is funny. Beer can throwing Jesus said growing up in his neighborhood, there were 2 wiener dogs that would chase me every time I would go to my friend's house. He had to run to his friend's house because the 2 wiener dogs would just
It's right out of a comedy.
Yeah. All right, Mom and Dad, I'm going to go over to Donnie's house. You step out the door, you start running.
You get to your buddy's place. Why were those wiener dogs chasing you again, you little coward?
That's friggin' funny.
Brewers in High Life Jesus said he was once bitten by an up dog, and it really hurt. I'm sorry, I have to ask, what's up dog? Get back to us on that. I'm not familiar with that breed.
No. Well, Dr. Andrea might. We'll ask her.
We could ask her too. Okay, well, yeah, let me know if you get a response from that guy. He was chased by what?
An up dog.
An up dog, okay. I've never heard of that. What's up dog?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Tonka Tig Welding Jesus texted in to say that the first naked boobs he ever saw was at the Renaissance. How do you say that?
Renaissance?
Was at the Renaissance Festival.
Did he just kind of spill out?
He just said, I was 7 years old. They were the first boobs I ever saw at the Renaissance Festival. They were the most beautiful pair of knockers a kid could ever see. What was your grandmother doing at the Renaissance Festival, John?
Oh, stop it. Unfortunately, those were the first I ever saw. By accident.
Your grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were fantastic, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, really good.
Yeah.
Here's something new for you young fellers to be afraid of. We got a new fear for you. Pregnancy fraud. Pregnancy fraud. So I think I understand this scam. If you're a sleazy lady, or I guess you don't even have to be a lady, you buy an ultrasound picture of a baby from the godless internet, and then the sleazy lady or whoever scams some fool into thinking he knocked her up, and then she gets the money.
Yeah, minus the scam, that is kind of a funny prank to pull on a buddy or something like that. I could see that being kind of fun.
What would you do exactly if you were, like, say, pranking me with a? Don't tell me. I got to say this out loud. I got to get used to it. An ultrasound picture. How would you prank me with a?
Well, I could say, hey, that was so cool of your wife to let me in on the news. She sent me the picture of your baby, and
yeah,
I know it's cheesy, but I'm just so happy for you, and I can't wait.
Being as tight as we are, we're like brothers. Longest running friendship in Twin Cities radio history right here. I probably would. I would think you were being legitimate. At least for the first minute or two.
I don't think I'd be able to keep it together too long because I would worry. You've got a weak heart.
Jesus.
And I'd worry that there'd be some trouble there.
You don't know the half of it.
Yeah, that would definitely... I mean, yeah, some people maybe wouldn't appreciate that.
So,
how bad would it be, too, if someone's like, oh, my God. I mean, I wish she would have told me first, but I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this my whole life. That's why I can't do those fake lotto tickets.
You don't even like the fake lotto ticket.
No,
I don't like those either.
What the hell's the matter with you two guys? That's so much fun to watch somebody think, oh, my God, I've won $30,000, and then they didn't. What's not fun about that?
It's cruel.
Oh, cruel my ass. It's great. I've been on the front lines for 2 of them. It was awesome. One dude was shouting at his wife from across the bar, honey, come over here. Come over here.
We're getting a divorce.
Yeah. He had just scratched off. It said like $35,000. And then we all kept our mouths shut. We let the husband and wife, embrace. Oh, my God, our problems are over. And then they realize it's a joke. What am I missing here?
That crushing.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
No, that makes you really uncomfortable.
All right, so Brewers in High Life, Jesus mentioned he was bit as a kid by a dog, and he said it was an up dog.
Oh, right, right.
None of us had heard of that, so we asked him, well, what's up, dog? He got back to us. Not much, dog. What's up with you? God dang it, we fell for it. And the answer
Friggin'
is...
stupid.
And the answer is yes to some other text. Does your mom like fitness? Yeah, she likes fitness. Why?
I'm sorry, now people are asking if your mother likes fitness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she loves fitness. So get back to me, and why would you ask that question?
A lot of riddles being thrown our way here. All right, pregnancy fraud. Again, a sleazy lady buys an ultrasound picture of a baby from the internet, and then she scams some dude into thinking he knocked her up, and then she gets the money. Says here, it was recently possible to buy an ultrasound photo of a random baby on an app called Mercari, but now they've stopped selling that kind of thing because of pregnancy fraud. You could buy, Josh, an ultrasound picture of somebody else's baby for around $14 on that app, 2 for $25.
It's kind of weird, though, because you can just Google one and print one off.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I'm surprised they're finding somebody to purchase these.
Oh, I don't know these things. People everywhere were wondering, well, why in the F things like pregnancy ultrasound photos were even for sale in the first place on that app, and I have no idea. The general consensus was so scumbags could do something shady with the picture. Pregnancy fraud. That's cold-blooded.
Yeah, it is. How about this? And I apologize to Hunter, but this is the Jesus name. Hunter's a douche canoe Jesus. Lost his V card. Did the old pump and dump, he said, right? Because she said she was on, what's that called? Birth control.
God help us.
So one of her buddies found out, or maybe it was his buddies. Sorry, maybe it was a voice to texting here. Talked her into sending him fake pictures of pregnancy tests. It went on for 6 months. He was convinced he was going to be a dad.
6 months they kept him on the hook? Oh, my God.
That's brutal.
That's absolutely.
He drops out of school. He gets 3 jobs.
He's working factory overnight.
That's absolutely awesome.
All right, a few people have answered the fitness question as to, does my mom like fitness? And you're foul. I'm just going to say that. You people are foul.
It didn't turn out well for your mother?
Thought it was innocent.
Okay. Now, back to pregnancy fraud. One gal did joke around on social media, and she said, oh, these pictures would be perfect for threatening my boyfriend. I like her style. Pregnancy fraud is defined right here as the act of women pretending to be pregnant in order to extort money from a man that they had sex with. As of September 1st now, so only 3 days ago, ultrasound photos are officially banned on Mercari, or whatever the hell I said that app was called. It also says here that posting even legitimate pregnancy pics and ultrasounds online can put babies at risk of ID theft, identification theft, or digital kidnapping.
God, not even born yet and you got to worry about that?
I think that's a bit of a stretch, but...
Is it? I don't know. I don't understand a word of this, but here's a quote from someone who knows things, and then you can tell me what's up there, Cubby. It says here, even when someone posts about their pregnancy or anticipating the birth of a child, they give away identifying data, and that creates a digital identity even before the child is born. Digital kidnappers are defined as people who steal a child's identity and photos on social media and pass the child off as their own. I don't know anything about this at all. So you're saying, what are you saying?
Well, if it's just an ultrasound photo, how do you steal some? To me, I couldn't tell it all when we had, or my wife, they had hers, and I couldn't tell what was a baby. It looked like a weather map to me. I was totally confused. Maybe the ones we had weren't very good. I don't know.
I don't have a friggin' clue about any of this.
Josh looks at it. It looks like we've got some cloud cover coming in from the west.
Oh, it looks like umbrella weather.
I mean, there's a scam around every corner these days, so I don't know.
I've heard that before where, like, I don't know someone personally, but a friend of a friend had somebody who was told they were the father, and they spent significant money and time, and it turns out they weren't the father. And the mom knew the whole time.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Happened to a buddy of mine. It was kind of funny how I found out. He only lived like 3-4 doors down from me. He's got himself a woman. He's got himself a baby. And seeing how he only lived a few doors down from me, I would walk down to his place damn near every night and drain a few Steve Weisers. Well, one day I called him and said, hey, I got nothing to do this afternoon. You want to drink some beer? And he said, sure. I said, I'll be up there in a few minutes. He said, well, no, you probably shouldn't come over to my place. And I said, why? And he said, because I don't live there anymore. He found out that the baby was not his problem, even though he was told for quite a stretch of time that it was. He packed up his gear. He said he set a friggin' record when it comes to packing up and moving out of a house. He was out of there within
I can't imagine
35 to 45 minutes.
I can't imagine how you would feel with something like that.
I said, okay, fine. Beer's at my place then. For Pete's sake. Another one of these deals. An old Japanese lady. Older than the damn hills, this one, Josh. In her 80s. Her 180s.
Wow, that is really old.
Yeah, she's up there.
There's hills not that old.
She got swindled out of thousands of dollars. You know what happened to her, Josh? She fell in love.
Yeah, this is so scummy. These jerkwads that take advantage of folks like this.
She fell in love with some puke bag online who claimed he was an astronaut. The scammer prick told great-grandma that he needed her monies because he's an astronaut and he's currently in space and he needed help with his spaceship. I'm currently in outer space. I'm in a spaceship, he told great-grandma, and I need money. I mean, I love you very much, great-grandma, but come on.
Yeah, take away the keys.
They're calling this another romance scam. Let me tell you the whole schmear. Great-grandma, Japan, met this character on social media a few months ago. And dude claimed, of all things, to be a astronaut. And here we go. One day, jagoff scammer, probably some 22-year-old loser who lives with his great-grandma. One day, jagoff scammer tells Grandma Japan that he is currently in outer space, flying around doing astronaut type of things. He told Grandma that his spaceship, I wish there were more details here, but there is not. He told her that his spaceship was under attack. I am currently under attack, Grandma. But he doesn't give any, there's no further detail. I wanted to know what he said specifically about this attack. Anyway, he told Grandma that he was in dire need of more oxygen. And if she paid him some money online, he could go ahead and buy more oxygen so he could survive in his spaceship and survive whatever type of attack he was under. This garbage pile was able to pull around $7,000 out from under great-grandma Japan.
That is so terrible. I mean, she obviously, her marbles must have gone away over the years. I would hope. Who knows? Maybe we'll all be in a situation where we fall for a desperate astronaut just struggling to breathe.
Mm-hmm. The poor old lady admitted that she had gone ahead and fallen in love with the fake astronaut. I'm sure you've heard this before, but I'm going to go ahead anyway. Japan has the world's second oldest population. I thought they were the oldest. They're the second oldest. And older people fall for this type of nonsense, left and effing right. Dudes like this should get a terrible beating.
Yeah, maybe you don't beekeeper them if you've seen that movie, but close. Close.
The story here mentions the It's Me scam. Now we're branching off now and we're discussing other scams to warn your grandparents about. The It's Me scam, where bags impersonate family members who are in trouble to snatch money away. And my folks, a couple years ago, got an It's Me telephone call. It was collect call from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or whatever. And I believe, if I remember this correctly, one of my folks' grandkids were on the line. At least that's what that's the name that was given. So my folks were like, what? What are you? Sure, I'll take the charges or whatever the verbiage you use when a collect call comes in. Sure, I'll accept the call. And it was someone pretending to be one of their grandkids saying, I'm in trouble, I need money. Well, thankfully, they knew 100% that this was fake. So that's called the It's Me scam. F me. Here we go. More than 64,000 Americans were swindled for over $1 billion in romance scams in the year of 20 and 23. 64,000 Americans were scammed, and it totaled over $1 billion. Josh, we got to start dishing out beatings.
Yeah, somebody needs to. They got to put these guys away for a significant amount of time.
Let me tell you this. I'm going to issue a warning. If you pull one of these scams, you're at risk of a beating. I'm going to beat you, and then Josh is going to beat you. It's going to be a good old-fashioned Nick and Josh beat-off.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. And you appreciate a good scam. At least you used to, but there are limits.
I do. There are limits. But I do appreciate a good scam. I can't deny that.
There's so many celebrities online that say, this is my only account. I will never ask you for money. You know, that type of thing. Please don't fall for a scam. Because they have to put that in their profiles on, say, Instagram. Say, this is my only account. I will never message you for money from a second separate account. Because of how common this is.
That's because I love you and I want to enter a relationship with you. And I need $100,000.
All right. Now, this isn't the first astronaut scam that's been dumped on some poor sucker. Back a few years ago, a 65-year-old gal, also from Japan, got scammed out of $30,000 by someone claiming to be a Russian cosmonaut. He said he needed the money so he could fly his spaceship back to Earth and marry her. My damn.
And she's 65. She probably has her wits about her.
I don't know about that.
Maybe there's some evidence to the contrary here. $30,000. How do you even have that much money to lose?
Yeah, good question. Remember the Russian cosmonaut from that awful movie? Was it Armageddon or was it?
The Russian guy in the Armageddon up into space with them?
Yeah, he was a no-nonsense kind of a guy, wasn't he?
No, yeah, he went. He didn't take any BS.
Was it Armageddon? He's beating on the spaceship to
with
get
the
it
wrench?
to. Yeah, that was
Armageddon.
Nothing works here. All that crap, all that cliche crap. God, I hate that movie.
I know you do, and I think it's so funny.
God, that movie sucks ass. What did Bruce Willis say there at the end? We win, Gracie. I threw my popcorn at the friggin' screen.
Then what's that line that Billy Bob has? Or no, it's the other permission to shake the hand of the bravest of the daughter of the bravest man I've ever met, or something like that.
That choked me up. Yeah. He's talking about Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Stupid. Next up here, before we go, is a hero nun from out there in Pennsylvania. Nuns aren't at all like we see them in the movies, are they, Josh? They're not all 98-year-old, feeble old ladies. You went to a Catholic school. They'll whoop your ass sideways.
Oh, yeah. We had a couple. We had one that was pretty much legendary for being incredibly intimidating.
They'll paint your back porch red. In the movies, there are always these little, I can barely make it across the room. My mother went to a Catholic school, and she said, and all my uncles and aunts from my mom's side of the family went to Catholic schools, and they said they will straight up they'll beat you unconscious. This hero nun chased down a derelict who tried to steal someone's credit cards. And this isn't the first time the hero nun has had to F somebody up. She goes by the name of Sister Mary Madeline. She was working at a store called the Sacred Heart of God store. Huh? Oh, sorry, the Sacred Heart of Jesus. That's the name of the store. Someone get me a hat or a T-shirt from that place. A customer came into the store, set down her purse. 10 minutes later, this customer realized that her credit cards were missing. Sister Madeline spotted a lowlife jagoff nearby. Jagoff ran. She chased the prick down and managed to get the credit cards back. I'm not sure how she got the cards back. She doesn't look terribly tough in the pictures that I saw, but looks can be deceiving. Like I said, she ain't scared. She's had to beat a couple other dudes up at the Jesus store she works at. She had a confrontation with a thief on one occasion, and the bastard pulled out a handgun. She straightened him out, too. Boy, she must work in a piss-poor neighborhood.
Could be. I mean, yeah, you don't really think of a Jesus store as a place that's a high risk for theft. Well, maybe I'm asking the wrong crowd.
Go ahead.
You guys have ever been to any of those before?
To what?
A Jesus store.
Oh, no. There's such a thing as a Jesus store?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's one that every once in a while I got to stop at to pick some stuff up for my mom, or I have gifts for folks.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's a lot of, if you like candles, you'll find a lot of those, but there's all kinds of religious stuff you can buy.
No, I don't go into places like that.
Kind of like an old movie store with an adults-only section in the back or anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
No, okay. Shoot.
Can we go there together sometime, Josh?
Yeah.
I just want to walk in the door and I want to yell. You know what I want to ask for, don't you?
What's that?
2 things that I need when I walk in there.
Oh, I can guess.
What do you suppose? I want to walk in.
Is one of them an old priest?
We open the door and I ask for 2 things. Yes.
Yeah, an old priest, and then there's got to be something else.
And a young priest.
Yeah.
That's right. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ. There's 2 priests, Josh. You got to help me out. The power of Christ compels you. It is God himself who commands you. What movie? The Exorcist.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
And I've always said that about players, too. You know, when players are out, they should be back in their hotel room. Okay, what if they're having an orgy in their hotel room? Is that okay? You wouldn't know about it. So if they go out to dinner with people, or they're having fun with people outside, that angers you because there's a game the next day. But if they were in the hotel room and they set up a trapeze and there were people flying through the air having an orgy, you wouldn't know about it, but you'd be fine. The things that people get upset about, it's just beyond me. It is absolutely beyond me.
Interesting here. New York Yankees announcer, what's his name? Michael Kay. That's Michael Kay, Georgette. Let me give you some background here. So New York Yankees manager Aaron Boone pissed off some Yankee fans a day or 2 ago when he showed up in North Carolina to watch Bill Belichick's college football coaching debut, whatever that was, 2 nights ago. North Carolina playing. It was an off day for the Yankees. Aaron Boone goes to watch this stupid Bill Belichick college football game. Boone's son is on Bill Belichick's coaching staff. It was a day off for the Yankees, but Yankee fans, some of them got pissed. for traveling at Boone, for traveling to North Carolina instead of prepping for the team's stretch run for the playoffs. And that's Michael Kay defending Aaron Boone. He had no issue with Boone making the trip, and he called out fans for attempting to tell any player or coach how to spend their free time. He had some interesting things to say. Josh, I didn't think that the conversation was going to drift over to flying trapeze orgies.
No, me neither.
But it did.
It was oddly specific.
He said when
it almost seems like these are commonplace.
Yeah, like he's been to one or two.
Yeah, he knows this is a thing.
I saw an article or two who said, you don't just pull that analogy out of your ass.
No.
He may have been to a few road trip parties where, anyway, so he said, when players are out and about, fans say, well, they should be back in their hotel room. So that was his point. What if they're having an orgy in their hotel room? Is that okay? You wouldn't know about it. Strange, but an interesting conversation.
Is that a guy's way of saying, I'm so tight with these guys, I know they have orgies?
It could be.
They're my pals.
I love...
Or he was trying to be creative and came up with that ahead of time.
Yeah, I do love trying to read between the lines when it comes to out of the ordinary comments like that. It's getting darker and darker and colder over there at Target Field. The Twins just completely shit the bed last night. Not that it matters, but they had a 2-run lead going into the 9th. The White Sox ended up coming back and winning by a run. There's one more tonight between these two ball clubs. We got plenty to discuss in a half hour when Randy Shaver pops in. Real quick, before we go, we were talking about nuns. We were talking about a badass nun out there in, where was she again? Pennsylvania or something, Josh? It doesn't matter. Yeah. A badass nun who works at a Jesus store. I didn't know there was such a thing as a Jesus store. Josh goes to one in town where you buy nothing but Jesus-y things. This nun works at a Jesus store in Pennsylvania, bad neighborhood. There's always scumbags coming in there trying to do something cute, and she beats their asses, this badass nun. And we talked about how nuns in real life aren't these feeble old ladies like you see in the movies. Here's a listener who texted in and said, in grade school, Sister Nora was built like a fire hydrant. Built like a fire hydrant, and she could kick some ass. I believe it. All right, we'll take a break. Josh's news is right around the corner.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side-eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast, American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to our bonus episode of the podcast coming soon. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
There's a douchiness to them.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Doesn't make sense, dude. Like, how can you freaking do this?
I'm gonna tease you, white male covered in mud and underwear.
What was supposed to be a calm day at the Indian Hot Springs spiraled into something else. A police chase involving a man with a name you don't easily forget, covered head to toe in mud, and wearing nothing but a Speedo. August 26, police in Idaho Springs, Colorado, got word that a suspect wanted in a nearby county for credit card fraud and stolen identification was at the hot springs there for the day.
The hot springs, huh?
The man's name? Bogus. Alex Bogus.
Cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
According to the Alex Bogus. According to the arrest affidavit, officers approached him as he lounged in a mud bath, asking about the fraud allegations. Bogus denied everything, and Bogus claimed the allegations were not true.
Right.
But when the officers mentioned the warrant and explained he'd be heading to jail, Bogus bitched out, still slippery with mud and still with nothing with the Speedo blanketing Bogus's balls. Like a grease pig on the run, Bogus tore across the parking lot and scrambled up a hill near some cabins. One officer was injured in the pursuit, his knee giving way mid-chase.
Hilarious.
Another tore ligaments in his leg trying to catch up.
Oh, no.
I don't know if there's just a mud slick going on or what happened to these poor guys.
It's been a while since they've sprinted, maybe.
Police even launched a drone, which eventually spotted Bogus at a nearby intersection. The chase ended after a local resident tipped officers off, saying the man had dashed into his shed. When police opened the door, there he was, crouched inside, still in the tiny piece of clothing that had somehow stayed with him through it all. This time, however, Bogus surrendered without a fight.
Oh, nah, man, you had a chance. You had a choice.
I was scared, bro.
Don't call me bro.
As fate would have it, Bogus himself injured his knee during the frenzy, and once in custody, he was taken to a nearby hospital.
Huh. Is that something folks do? Just go lay down in a hot spring and cover themselves in mud?
Apparently so, yeah. I don't know. Are there mud? I know those cold plunge tubs are very popular nowadays.
I did one of those big hot tub mud bath things in Iceland when I was there for a couple hours on layover. Just one gigantic hot springs. It was kind of relaxing.
Yeah, that's the gist. Right?
Yeah, the Big Blue Lagoon, I think it was called.
I mean, not that it bothers me, because it doesn't, but it's just big. It's just one big piss pond is what it is.
One big bathtub.
Police arrested a naked woman in West Hollywood Tuesday morning after a short chase led to a titillating 4-hour standoff with the nude lady.
Oh, she's naked, huh?
Yeah, well, topless.
Oh.
No, naked. You're right. Police pursued the birthday suit butt lord after locals reported a screaming nude woman, and the chase was on. She jumped into a Ford Bronco with a small dog riding in the back. And when police caught up, they surrounded the SUV. For nearly 4 hours, she refused to come out, at one point even tossing a hammer through the window. To keep the situation from escalating, mental health experts were called in and officials laid down spike strips so she couldn't drive away. Finally, after hours of waiting, she climbed out through the Bronco's window, still without a stitch of clothing.
LAPD were called out here around about 6:30 this morning of reports of a woman naked, screaming. She got into a pursuit with LAPD officers. You see officers there to the left bringing out a sheet to cover this woman as she's climbed out onto the front of her vehicle.
Your typical Los Angeles accent there.
Yeah, what does that Canadian have to do with all this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Was he lost or what? They do have some experience chasing Broncos with those helicopters.
It's true.
One officer later explained she decided to give herself up after police warned they were ready to fire tear gas into the car.
I want no part of that tear gas.
No, I bet you want no part of this next one either. This happened in Kentucky. A guy was arrested after breaking into his brother's home and stabbing him in the nuts with a pair of scissors.
Come on.
You don't do that to a bro. 2 a.m. August 3rd, 33-year-old Justin Dean entered his brother's house without permission and stood over him as he slept creepily.
Dude was sound asleep when he took a scissors to the balls.
Yeah, he didn't wake his brother up.
No.
He waited until his brother woke up.
And then
immediately started stabbing him in the testicles with some scissors.
That is as cowardly as it gets.
Despite taking the cutting tool to the beans, he fought back, but with bleeding balls, he managed to get the best of him, the brother did.
How was he even able to get up and fight?
Well,
Just pure adrenaline?
It sounds like he must have the type of scrotum you do.
Yeah.
Despite getting stabbed repeatedly there, it didn't do as much damage as you might think.
Really?
So Dean managed to get the best of his brother and put him in a chokehold for a little strangulation after attempted castration. Police caught up with the scissor-wielding sibling soon after the bracectomy and took him to jail.
So, dude who took the scissors to the bag, he won the fight.
Well, no, he lost the fight.
He lost the fight?
The other brother put him in a chokehold. He almost lost consciousness.
Oh.
I believe a neighbor heard the screaming and called cops.
Well, that is absolutely awful.
Yeah, I haven't heard something like that before. The bro-on-bro nut crime.
I at one point or another, my brother and I are going to finally settle things. We are. There's going to be.
But you wouldn't go to those lengths.
No. We're gonna duke it out fair and square. No stabbing each other in the nuts. None of that. We'll try to keep it clean. But there will be one final.
If everyone on the planet played a single elimination rock, paper, scissors tournament, you'd only need to win 33 consecutive games to become the champion of the world.
Wow.
That's pretty. 8 billion people, they said.
What makes you say something like that?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you talking about? Where did that come from?
We were just talking about scissors.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Yes, we were. I apologize.
You got to put down the weed. A Florida man was arrested after he attacked a couple outside a grocery store with bug spray. He was upset they wouldn't let him skip in front of them in the checkout line. Investigators say the trouble started inside the store when the 65-year-old became upset with a couple in the checkout line. The woman was waiting when the man walked up and tried to step in front of her. She told him she was already in line, which set him off. As the couple began placing their items on the conveyor belt, the man tried to do the same, and then the argument escalated. At that point, the husband stepped between his wife and the man, telling him to back off. The man abandoned his cart and bolted out of the store. But the situation didn't end there. Deputies said the man moved his vehicle to another part of the parking lot and waited. When the couple left the store and began loading groceries into their car, he ran up behind them and sprayed them both in the face with bug spray before running away like a man.
You ever taken any DEET, Josh, right to the orbital openings?
No, thankfully, no.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, I can't even imagine. This is a disgusting and cowardly act. And over what? Who gets to check out first at the grocery store, the sheriff said. The level of this man that he took to was dangerous and completely unnecessary. Please, when frustrations inevitably happen in life, take a moment to ask yourself, is this worth it? More often than not, the answer will be no, the sheriff said. The husband needed medical treatment and was taken to a local hospital. The man was later found nearby, identified by the victims, and refused to speak with deputies about that incident.
He refused to talk about it.
Yeah, he wasn't going to talk about it.
Got no comment, he said. No comment at all.
So this is a grocery store, Nick. Here's a random grocery store fact,
all right,
but not at a Publix. Safeway grocery stores once had a mandatory policy employees had to smile and make eye contact with customers, but they canceled it because too many male customers thought the female employees were hitting on them.
Holy smokes.
And they thought it became unsafe for their female employees.
Oh, yeah. I've had jobs like that where you got to be smiling at all times.
Have you really? I haven't had one of them. I guess I haven't had a ton of customer-facing jobs.
Yeah, so Camp Snoopy and Blockbuster, you can kind of see why they want the customers to be in, or the employees to be in good moods and smiling and, making sure people are having fun. But no chicks ever came up and hit on me. I wonder what's going on there.
It's your face and body and personality.
A smile and eye contact rule, huh, Josh?
Yeah.
Isn't that your BJ rule?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is.
There must be eye contact and a smile at all times.
A bizarre incident recently occurred at a store in Korea. A knife-wielding woman threatened employees and customers, including small children, while wearing a cat mask. Video of her arrest in a toy section of the store about 7:23 p.m. August 2nd shows the 20-year-old suspect wearing a pink cat mask and matching fur-trimmed gloves.
Well, that's not very scary.
No, not really.
But she's there to rob everybody?
I mean, you would assume maybe she was insane.
Yeah.
She looks around the store for a few minutes before pulling knives in each paw, running after children while holding those weapons.
Oh, boy.
Store clerks tried to calm her down, holding out an umbrella to protect themselves. But she chased after them, too, raising the knives in a threatening manner.
She's looking to kill somebody.
The bad kitty was eventually overpowered and handcuffed by police. When arrested, they asked why she did it, but she would only answer, meow, and said, can't tell you, meow.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's totally off her rocker.
She's a little on the goofy side.
Now she is kind of scary. Now I am a little bit afraid.
A 46-year-old employee outside a Florida pet store strangled the bike-riding juvenile while wearing an inflatable dog costume.
Didn't you get strangled out once by an adult when you were on a bicycle?
I got sucker punched behind the ear.
Oh, yeah. I love that
It wasn't
story.
even my fault. He was going at it with a buddy of mine.
I freaking love that story.
That's the best part, Josh.
I was just standing there telling my friend, all right, chill out. Yeah.
You're like
I saw stars.
I know. That's one of my favorite parts of the story, where you're a 12-year-old kid on a bicycle, grown man hits you in the friggin' ear so hard you saw stars.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. I was confused. I was enraged. I was so mad I didn't know what to do with it because I was afraid, like, geez, this guy could die. He's so old. But he packed a hell of a punch. Wonder if he was in the military at one point or something. That hurt.
Maybe he was a retired boxer.
Early Friday evening.
Or a retired wrestler.
Or something. Whatever it was, he could punch.
Yeah.
Especially when somebody didn't know was coming
Yeah.
and they were a little kid.
When you're not looking, they hurt like hell.
Early Friday evening, police say several juveniles rode by sunshine puppies on bicycles. At the time, the worker, who, by the way, is a registered sex offender, was dressed in a puppy suit. Investigators explained that the employee, who had clashed with the same group of riders before, they don't give more information on that.
The registered sex offender guy who works at the puppy store?
Yeah, he's the one dressed as a mascot, interacting with kids and whatnot.
Oh, no.
So he sees these kids and he says, hey, come over here. The store owner stepped outside, too. And while the puppy store proprietor was talking with the kids, one of them tried to pedal away. That's when the employee approached the juvenile from behind and choked him harder than Dana's ding-ding-dong grip on a Vin Diesel movie marathon. The victims couldn't breathe for a short time until he was released moments later. Officers were then called to the scene. The suspect, who appeared intoxicated and refused to speak with police...
A drunk sex offender working at the puppy store.
Yeah, he was also drunk.
Yes.
He was arrested and charged with battery by strangulation, which is a felony. Court documents also note this upstanding individual has a lengthy criminal history. The record includes multiple battery convictions as well as charges for burglary and drug possession. And he previously spent 6 years in prison on a sexual battery case, which led to a sex offender designation.
I wonder if his probation officer said, well, you're a registered sex offender now. Probably the only job you're going to be able to get is a mascot at a puppy store.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to be around for him anymore.
I'll take it, he said. I'll take that job.
Some people will do just about anything for their pets, and 32-year-old Margot Cohen is one of them. On August 24th, while hiking with her dog Zion, he suddenly slipped on a trail. Instinctively, she grabbed his harness to keep him from falling, but his weight pulled her down too. Incredibly, after plunging nearly 60 feet, both Cohen and Zion survived.
How the hell did they live through that?
I don't know. They say it was a medical miracle. Cohen, an avid hiker who had just finished summiting a peak north of Vancouver, broke her leg in the fall.
I looked at my leg and I was like, there is something really wrong with my leg. It's not the right shape anymore. I did not lose consciousness at all, which, to be honest, I would have preferred because I remember everything.
Yeah.
That'll wake you up at night.
Her trusty dog stayed right by her side with the injured paw of his own until 2 hours later when rescuers were finally able to reach them.
Well, F me running sideways.
Yeah, it was that tough, where even these professionals had a difficult time getting down to him. Well, this is a sad one. A 45-year-old mother of two tragically lost her life in Russia after slipping from a platform nearly 300 feet high while trying to take the perfect selfie.
Oh, sure.
The accident happened just moments after she successfully completed a daring bungee jump with her 22-year-old son watching nearby.
Bungee jump.
Having finished the jump, she climbed back up the tower, a 289-foot chimney at an unfinished thermal power plant. This time, however, she wasn't wearing a safety harness. As she stepped closer to the edge to take a celebratory photo with her son, she lost her footing and within seconds was a gross mess hundreds of feet below.
God, help us all.
The jump had been a birthday gift from her son. She had turned 45 only the day before.
There she goes, huh?
Sadly, her death highlights a troubling global pattern. In the age of social media, snapping the perfect selfie turns deadly in some countries more than others. And a new study reveals where it's most dangerous to try and capture the Insta-worthy shot. A new study took a close at the trend, analyzing incidents around the world between March 2014 and this past May, tracking the cases where attempts at selfies directly led to injury or death. India emerged as the most dangerous country so far, responsible for 42% of all selfie-related incidents worldwide. Out of 271 casualties there, 214 ended in death, 57 resulted in injuries.
I used to take a lot of selfies before the incident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why you made the change. Researchers point to a mix of factors: densely populated areas, easy access to risky spots such as cliffs and train tracks, and a strong social media culture which encourages risky shots, they said. The United States ranked second, though with far fewer cases. 45 casualties reported, 37 of those deaths, 8 injuries. Russia, where the bungee jumping mom perished, followed in third place with 19 selfie-related casualties in total, 18 deaths and a single injury. So it seems like if you're going to have a selfie incident in Russia, you're likely going to die. 18 out of 19 of them did.
F me. Josh, how has your life changed since the incident?
Well, you know, usually I would explain the situation, but I can't since the incident.
Right.
The Eagan Police Department just tried out a tool that looks like it belongs in a comic book, and it worked. Earlier this summer, the department announced it to become the first in Minnesota to add the grappler to its fleet.
So the grappler is a tool that we adopted in June of this year, and we've thus far been able to equip 2 of our Tahoes with it. And it's essentially a net system that's built into a concealed push bumper in the front of the car that the officer can deploy to ensnare one of the drive wheels on the suspect vehicle.
The system is powerful enough that in one incident in Michigan, it actually tore the axle off a vehicle when the driver kept trying to get away. I don't know if you've seen that video. It's ridiculous. He did his best to get away, and it just took the axle right off the vehicle.
I'd like to borrow this thing for the next time me and my bros go on a road trip.
Me too. It looks awesome. The video will at some point be up on 93x.com.
Stop at a fast food joint, right? And I'm following my buddy. You know, right as he's taking a bite into his burger as he's driving, let's put that grappler on him and just pull the whole works right out from under him.
Yesterday.
They'll rent this to me, won't they, Josh?
I think so, yeah.
Because we're going to Hayward.
Yesterday, Eagan PD shared video of the grappler's first real-world use in Minnesota. The stop happened on Saturday when cops tried to pull over a Toyota Tundra towing a U-Haul. Instead of stopping, the driver took off, leading police on a chase into St. Paul. At the intersection of Otto Avenue and Shepherd Road, they closed in, deployed the grappler, and ended the pursuit. The footage shows the squad car pulling up behind the trailer, the net catching the wheel, and the truck grinding to a stop.
Fish on, fish on.
Do you think that they came up with that ahead of time? Fish on, fish on. That was awesome.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah, fish on, fish on.
I missed that. My ears don't work the way they used to. I saw the footage of this last night on the television news, Josh, of the U-Haul guy being grappled. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were just kind of chomping at the bit to get a chance to use this thing. So thank you, U-Haul pulling Tundra guy. I'm glad we got to see that.
I'd love to do this to Big Al. Like right when he pulls out of the Legion parking lot, I grapple the ass end of his vehicle and just bring him to a dead stop.
Police say the driver was arrested and is now facing multiple charges. Now streaming on Peacock, from the world of The Office comes the new comedy mockumentary, The Paper. The same documentary crew that once followed Dunder Mifflin's Scranton branch now turns its lens on a struggling Midwestern newspaper where a determined publisher is fighting to keep local journalism alive. Created by The Office mastermind Greg Daniels, the show released all 10 episodes on Peacock today. And thanks to strong early reactions, it's already been renewed for a second season.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a watch for sure.
Yeah, I'll watch this too. And the Philadelphia Eagles host the Dallas Cowboys tonight, just 337 days ahead of quarterback Jalen Hurts' 28th birthday. Damon Wayans. What happened to my music?
I don't know. I'll just...
there you go.
I was going to improvise. Damon Wayans?
65 today. Soundgarden guitarist Kim Thale, 65 as well. Much thanks to Redbeard Gold Miner Jesus, podcasting from Alaska, boys. And an overdue thank you to every podcast listener, wherever you are and whenever you hear this. We greatly appreciate you taking us with you. Metal grinding, deburring Jesus texts a shout out to his daughter Katerina and the St. Francis High School class of 2026. They started their senior year this week. I'm Sorry Jesus is wishing his lovely wife 6 feet of Norwegian heat cheeses good luck as she goes back to school to teach 5th grade. Congratulations to Medical Device Jesus, who's 2 years sober today. I don't have a name here, but they'd like to pass along some positivity to their mother-in-law fighting stage 3 breast cancer. Happy 10th birthday to Everett and Isaac tomorrow from Dad. 2 sets of twins, Jesus. And Property Line Jesus is requesting Barsaw Jesus, even though it's his birthday. He'd like him to try not to be a prick and actually cut some wood today. So happy birthday to you, and please go to work. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver.
There are little signs that he's just becoming a bit of a pain in the posterior.
On the Half-Ass Morning Show. Football is back. It is back tonight. Eagles host the Cowboys, and you won't be seen. Any Taylor Swift.
Like I said earlier, here you go, dorks. Randy Shaver. Here you go. The NFL is back again.
Okay, well, we knew that was coming.
I had no idea up until
we
Josh
did have a heads up.
showed me the newspaper this morning.
You had no idea.
No.
Gosh, we need to get you more involved in the sports conversation every morning.
Here we go again with this National Football League. Friggin' starts tonight. Get your fantasy football teams lined up, Randy.
Yep, I've worked on it last night. I'll finalize my teams this morning. So
I mentioned earlier that we want regular updates from our listeners on how their fantasy football team is doing.
No, you don't.
Do you have anybody that'll be playing tonight, Randy, on your team? Or I suppose you have a lot of teams, so most likely.
Josh, I have so many teams, I couldn't tell you how many teams I have players that are in action tonight or not. But yes, I'm sure I'll have a few.
25, 30 different rosters?
More
than 30?
I'm about 30, yes.
Dude.
But they're not all rosters in which I have to mess with them weekly. Some of them are you draft and then you leave them alone. You can't touch them. So.
Okay, have you always been a gambling addict and your retirement has just allowed you more?
I'm not a gambling addict. I'm not gambling. This is the test of my knowledge. This isn't gambling.
It's kind of a fine line there, isn't there, Josh? I mean, it's gambling.
Well, he could quit anytime he wants to. He just doesn't want to, and it's affecting his life in negative ways.
To me, gambling is going against the house with a spread. That's gambling.
And you do a lot of that too.
Well, if I'm in Vegas, I do, but I'm not in Vegas.
Hey, Randy, I'm not going to call the cops or anything, and I couldn't possibly care less.
I'm just trying to explain that it's okay. I don't view it that way.
That's fine. And I'm not going to call the gambling commission.
Well, thank you for that.
I'm just wondering if your retirement now has allowed you so much more free time that this is where it's coming off the rails now.
Well, I mean, I do have extra time, yes.
So,
I think if I was still working at CARE, I'd still have this many teams.
Okay.
So.
Do you get involved in prop bets at all, Randy?
I do, yes. I love Prize Picks.
Like the goofy ones or the more just kind of normal ones?
I can't really find the goofy ones. I'm on Prize Picks, so I play that. They don't really have goofy ones. I guess I don't.
Gatorade bath colors and stuff like that.
No, they don't have those kind of things on there.
Here's left-handed.
I think you can see those in Vegas. I've tried to find some of those kind of things in Vegas. Those are kind of hard to find.
It's mostly just for the Super Bowl, those types of things, aren't they? Some of the goofier ones.
You know what else you can see in Vegas? The girls of Cheetahs.
Is that where that is?
There you go.
It's in Vegas. Left-handed specialist Jesus texted the program. I was just asking Randy Shaver, has your gambling gotten a little more out of control since you retired? And Randy said, well, it's not really gambling because this, and this. Left-handed specialist Jesus texted in to say, I'm not an alcoholic. I only drink beer, he said.
Well, okay.
Social anxiety Jesus said he drafted last week and he got an F from Yahoo. So he said he's got that going for him.
That is funny how they grade the teams now.
Yes.
They gave him an F.
That sucks.
Do they put like a facepalm emoji up when they tell you, or they degrade you in any way?
I saw one where it said F, and then the caption said, well, your friends might be laughing at you, but we're all rooting for you, pal, or something like that.
I had a draft last week, and I got busy, and I forgot about it. and realized it an hour later that I was supposed to be drafting. So the computer drafted for me. And by the time I got back into where the draft was happening, I had like 2 picks left. I ended up getting the number 1 team according to the evaluation at the end. So those things are, they're not necessarily what your team's going to be. So
Ringing your mom's doorbell, Jesus, also is texted in at 651-989-9393, and he says, I'd love to have as many fantasy football teams as Randy does, but my anger management counselor limits me to 3. Only allowed to have 3. All right, speaking of ways to make money through football, you can listen to 93X every week this football season for your chance at winning $100,000 plus a trip to the, you say it, Cubby.
Big game.
The big game.
The big fun game at the end of the year.
In February. You guys know the bit. We've been doing it for years. Purple Dam Pick'em. Listen weekdays. Listen for that keyword during the 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. hours. When you hear it, you text in to 651-989-9393. Will tomorrow be our first shot at this? Tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll have somebody
Monday?
on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tomorrow.
Yep, right after Depot, we'll get somebody on the line and have them make their pick.
When you hear the keyword, text it in to 651-989-9393 for your chance to win a $25 Dickey's Barbecue Pit gift card. That sounds very good,
I love that place. Yep, that's not too far from me.
When you win that gift card, you're automatically qualified for that week's Purple Pick'em contest drawing. Each week, we'll get somebody on the air to predict the halftime score and the final score of this week's Minnesota game. If you correctly predict either the halftime score or the final score, you'll win $1,000. If you get both correct, you'll win $100,000 plus a trip to that big fat ass ball game. This year being played in Santa Clara, California. We'll get into it tomorrow, but I just wanted to give folks a heads up. It's back in the mix this football season. Purple, woo, pick 'em.
Single Father Jesus said he's not an alcoholic. He stops drinking every night. Pet Cemetery Jesus said she drafted a few weeks ago. Her grade was a D. Her team strength is her kicker. Isn't that kind of a lot of teams? Honestly, I thought the kicker can really get you some points.
Sure can.
I played 1
years.
year. I played 1 year 20 years ago or something.
It's been years, and different leagues have different rules, and by God, we're not going to get into it.
Oh, you don't want to get into the difference between a guillotine league and a survival league?
No, I want to get into why you say guillotine, though. I do at one point or another.
Maybe you've never heard it pronounced.
The guillotine?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right, Dana.
Well, hey, we all learned something here today.
We sure did.
Well, tonight is the beginning of 5 long months. It's it's the Philadelphia Eagles versus somebody. Still, according to a recent poll, football is our favorite sport here in America. 48% of folks here that were asked about it say that football is their go-to sport here in America. It used to be baseball. Now it's football. Baseball is in second place, Randy Shaver, and I can't wait to talk baseball here in a few minutes because
it's some good stuff.
So much to talk about.
Baseball's still in second place. What do you think our third most favorite, how do I say that? Our third favorite sport is around here, Randy Shaver. Third.
I'm going to say hockey in Minnesota.
Well, we're talking all of America, Randy Shaver.
Basketball, probably.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then ice hockey. Then soccer, then golf, then auto racing.
Yeah.
Followed by tennis. What does this say? MMA and television wrestling.
Nice.
Where's Foxy Boxing? I noticed they left that off the list.
Haven't seen it in the top 10 in years.
That's too bad.
A lot of the percentages are very close, except for the difference between number 1 and number 2. Football, 48%. Baseball and basketball tied at 29%.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And then you'll go all the ice hockey's 12%, which tied soccer.
Ice hockey. I love it when it's said that way.
Not field hockey? That's not included in the poll?
It's usually, you hear that a lot during the Olympics. Coming up later on, coverage of the men's ice hockey tournament.
Golf just 1% back at 11%.
Friggin' golf. All right, Randy Shaver. According to an NFL writer by the name of Bill Barnwell, and he's been doing it for years and years, this Bill Barnwell, these are the 14 ball clubs that will make the playoffs this football season.
Okay.
According to Bill Barnwell, he knows a hell of a lot more than the rest of us. These are the 14 NFL ball clubs that will make the playoffs this football season. Jump in if you disagree, agree, whatever the hell you feel like doing.
Okay.
The 14 playoff teams will be, in no particular order, I'm not going by conference or division or anything.
Okay.
The 14 playoff teams will be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
The glorious, beautiful majestic Philadelphia Eagles.
So you're going to be all over the place. That's hard for me to figure out. Go ahead.
Yeah, take your time.
Yep.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
The Detroit Lions.
Yep.
With that whackbag head coach. He'll screw something up, but they'll get in the playoffs. The Green Bay Packers. How many are we through now? We're through 6 of them already, of the 14 predicted play. The Los Angeles Chargers of Los Angeles. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
No.
Oh, there's one that Randy doesn't agree with. The San Francisco 49ers. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
No.
The Chicago Bears. We're getting kind of deep on this list now, aren't we, Josh?
Yeah.
We're getting kind of where there's only 1, 2, 3 spots left.
There's already been 2 teams from the NFC North.
The Chicago Bears are the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
The Cincinnati Bengals. And the final team on the list of 14 teams that will make the playoffs this year in the National Football League, according to a writer by the name of Bill Barnwell, the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, my God.
Bum, bum, bum.
No. So Washington's not on that list?
No!
The Vikings aren't on. Not that the Vikings are a definite playoff team, but the Broncos aren't on the list?
No!
That list is so wrong, it's not even funny.
Now.
So wrong.
Also, according to this Bill Barnwell, he's the second NFL writer who I've seen in the last. I mean, not that I've been scouring the internet because, I mean, you guys know, if I get too excited about the NFL, I'll just give out. You know, I'll just collapse. Not that I've scoured but this is the second NFL writer I've seen who has picked the Green Bay Packers to make an appearance in this year's Super Bowl.
Wow. Is that post trade for Parsons?
No, I saw one a few weeks ago before this Parsons thing happened.
So it was before the trade.
But their Super Bowl odds skyrocketed after the trade, of course.
Yes.
And if you're curious, I mean, this Barnwell character did go into unbelievable detail. If you're curious, to sum it up, he more or less said about the Minnesota Vikings, he said they will fall in the middle of the pack of the National Football Conference. The middle of the pack is how you say it.
I think they're predicted to be somewhere in it. How many teams make it on each side? 7?
This dude claims 14 total teams.
So 7 on each side.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting together my little list here. Let me just see how I do.
I'm sorry, you're checking what?
I'm putting together my own list.
You go right ahead.
To see how
that's a good idea.
How much I think that they're off, but
that's a good idea. And while you're doing that, Randy Shaver, by the way, we were talking about the most popular sports in America, where football came in number 1. Josh, a listener texted in to say, everyone and all of y'all, you need to check out women's beach handball.
Wow.
Never heard of that.
I'm guessing there's something about the outfits.
Well, you and I have watched the volleyball before. I think it's actually probably got in the way of a lot of things around here where it came on.
Beach volleyball?
Okay. Yeah.
Lights out stuff. Yes, Randy Shaver.
I have my list. I'm going to post this here in my office and see how close I get.
All right.
Buffalo.
I'll keep this Barnwell guy's list. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Houston, Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Denver, Cincinnati, the Chargers. Washington, Philly, Detroit, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Arizona.
So you're also not including the Minnesota Vikings?
I am not.
Okay,
no.
fair enough.
Nope.
Fair enough. Hurtful for some. It is. For some, that's hurtful.
Well, I mean,
I couldn't give two pumps.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Vikings are. I think the NFC is super competitive, especially if a team like Arizona finally figures things out. Atlanta, if they finally figure things out. The Vikings have like the 6th toughest schedule in the league. So they're going to be tested for sure. And I think the division, as I look at all the divisions, I think the NFC North is probably the toughest division in the NFC. So
there you go. Arizona.
Obstacles.
Arizona's quarterback, that Kyler Murray, right?
Yep, Kyler Murray.
I love to watch that guy play football. Josh, I know you've said to me before, you've said you wish you would have, you wish you were more familiar with my old bro, Pistol Pete from across the street. You've never met Pistol Pete from across the street.
No, I haven't.
And you've wanted to become more familiar with Pistol Pete. All you got to do, watch every single movement that Kyler Murray makes. All of his mannerisms, the way he walks, the way he runs, exact carbon copy of Pistol Pete from across the street.
He can scramble like that?
It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Every little move that Kyler Murray, it doesn't matter, but I thought you might watch Kyler Murray. That's Pistol Pete from across the street.
Oh, yeah, I've watched plenty of them.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
They got their heads up their ass.
On 93X.
I saw another write-up yesterday about the NFL moving the Super Bowl to President's Day so we could get a day off, blah, blah, blah. Heard it a million times. Get it done, you douchebags.
Yes. This one seems more believable because Goodell wants to extend the season, and that's what this would mean.
Goodell.
God, there's going to be 51 games and then a Super Bowl in the 52nd week of the year pretty soon.
Nothing but a crook.
Left-handed specialist Jesus, by the way, would like to thank whoever suggested looking up women's beach handball. He said his day is complete.
Really?
Not all that's complete.
We got to get a look at this. We do. Okay. Vikings don't play till Monday. Tomorrow we'll talk to Andrew DePaula. Monday we can, get all into it. But, okay, the latest on Harrison Smith is that he just did a walkthrough yesterday but hasn't yet practiced for real skis. We still don't know what the hell is I did read that Josh's little crush, little man crush, that Van Ginkel guy, is back and ready to go.
I'm not sure how that became my man crush, but I do appreciate the guy.
And all last football season, all you wanted to talk about was this Van Ginkel guy.
I brought him up 2 times, and since then you've latched onto it. You kind of do that.
Obnoxious.
Is he the one you saw at the Wild game and you said his hair in person was just spectacular?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
A couple of text messages have come in here. Wolfpack Softball Jesus texted in to say, hey, NFL, I'm happy for you and all that. It's cute. It's cute that you're starting off the season tonight. But Wolfpack Softball Jesus said, the real story is that tonight his bowling league kicks off.
Oh, do they have a fun name? Get back to us on that.
We mean for the team?
Yeah.
For his team. Get back to us. 2 listeners, Wolfpack Softball Jesus and the others, Brewers and High Life Jesus. Both of them, tonight is night 1 of their bowling league.
I think they're the Pin Pals.
Is that what they are? Or are you making that up?
It's a Simpsons reference.
Nice.
Brewers and High Life Jesus is saying this is the year he gets that 300. So there's lots going on tonight, Josh. It's not just football.
That's awesome. I hope he does get that 300.
How about Australian rules football?
That's nasty.
How many games have you watched, Randy, this year of Australian?
0.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Is that's not the same as rugby? No.
I think it's more violent than rugby.
No. Okay, sorry. I misspoke. This is not a story of Australian football. It's a story of rugby from Australia. Okay. So sorry to mislead all you big fans out there that I wasn't sure what I was dealing with here. An Australian rugby team has had to jump on social media and tell their fans to not drink toilet water.
Okay.
They called this club the Brisbane Broncos. They've had to go on the line and tell their fans not to drink toilet water. What happened was one of their star players, a kid by the name of Reese Walsh, went on social media, and he's lapping water out of his toilet. And then he went on to say he went on to speak about the great health benefits of drinking out of your toilet. He's joking. This was a brand new toilet that was installed into his home. It had never been used before. He was pulling an online prank. But this kid, I guess this Walsh kid, is so popular and so adored by fans of the Brisbane Broncos that the team felt obligated to go online and say, look, don't mimic what this guy is doing. He's joking. There are no health benefits to drinking toilet water like a dog.
It's good to know other countries are as dumb as we are. Because I can see a lot of NFL fans doing that, myself included. If Bills quarterback Josh Allen asked me to drink out of a toilet, I'd be just slurping.
Yeah, if it was his toilet and not new, yeah, I would think so.
Do not drink toilet water, Randy.
I try not to.
Boy, it's getting darker and darker over there at Target Field.
Oh,
cold.
Geez.
There's a cold wind blowing over the top of Target Field.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I love this text from Jeep Wrangler Jesus. I called the Twins to ask what time the game is tonight. They asked me what time I could be there.
We'll wait on you, bro. Whatever's good for you.
Yes.
They the bed last night. Had a 2-run lead going into the ninth. But the White Sox, with their potent lineup.
Right.
They were a little too much to handle. It turned out to be a 4-3 comeback win for Chicago. So now check this out.
I think that's 4 wins in a row for Chicago.
Yeah, they're on a hot streak. A listener texted in earlier and said, remember when Randy used to wish the Twins could play the White Sox every week?
Yes.
Things have changed.
Yes, they have.
So
and here's kind of the scary thing. If the Twins keep going down the way they are,
yeah,
they might be close to Chicago in the final record. I mean, there's 10 games that separate the two teams right now, and if the Twins just keep plummeting the way they are, how sad would that be? That they could be.
They might end up the team with the worst record in the American League.
Well, I don't know if they'll be that, be that far down the standings.
But just worse than Chicago.
2 or 3 games in Chicago.
Okay.
Easily. Yeah.
Now, this was Chicago's first win this season when trailing after 8 innings, and I believe I heard Jim Rich say on the Channel 9 News that the Sox had lost their last 200-some games when trailing going into the ninth until last night, until the incident.
Wow.
70. What did I say?
That's a crazy stat.
I thought I said something about the number 70 in here, but I guess I did not. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe this is correct. They were like 0-70-something this season when trailing going into the ninth. But overall, they had lost their last 200-some games when going into the ninth behind. One more with these two clubs tonight. One more. Back to, oh no. I was about ready to read a text message, and then my testicles knocked into my keyboard here. And I've... Did you see that, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. I knocked my testicles into the keyboard. It was a text about getting President's Day off for the Super Bowl.
North side front load.
Yeah, what did he say? I lost it. I had it and I lost it.
Let me double check that this is safe to read.
Yeah, it is. I read it once or twice.
Okay, he said, oh, great, President's Day off. All the candy-ass people have that day off. They get to sleep in after the Super Bowl. But anyone with a real job... Business as usual. That's fine, dinks. That's what he said.
Anyone with a real job is not going to get that day off anyway, he says. Because he's on the north side and he runs a front loader. I like your style. I do. Sports history, Randy Shaver. 32 years ago today, Jim Abbott, one-handed pitcher for the New York Yankees, pitched a no-hitter against the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched his documentary?
I have not. I've heard it's really good.
I only got through the first 20 minutes or so and I fell asleep. There's a documentary, I think, on ESPN about the career of Jim Abbott. Born without a right hand, became a big-time, very successful major league pitcher, threw that no-hitter back in 93. I haven't gotten all the way through it, but I want to check that out. I think when he was a little kid, his folks fitted him with some kind of a claw, you know.
Oh, cool.
And but then he said, you know what, piss on it. He went for it.
Is this true? Only in America, Jesus said Twins, they're so bad this year, the person that's throwing out the first pitch is actually going to throw out the first 75 pitches. Are they at that point?
It might as well be.
Just to save some arms in the bullpen.
That's effing funny.
Well, you know what? Can't get any worse.
Dan Hayes of The Athletic tweeted out some ideas of why you might want to go to Target Field the rest of the season. One of them, I think, was a quiet place to study if you're going back to school. You have a 1 in 3 chance of catching a foul ball. Things like that.
It is wine, women, and baseball night.
Oh!
Maybe a decent night to get out there.
Oh, wow. Referee Rob Page, while we were talking about sports history, referee Rob Page, he's a living legend.
Sure is.
And local. He texted in to say it was 30 years ago today that WCW Monday Nitro made their debut episode over there at the Mall of America.
Man.
I think he didn't put the part in about a Mall of America, but I think I'm accurate with that.
Yeah, you are.
WCW Monday Nitro's very first show was at the Mall of America.
Lex Luger showed up.
Lex Luger.
Everybody went up to Pastamania afterwards for the after party.
Oh, Pastamania was there at that time.
Yep.
Hey, they're going to dump Zach Parisi into the United States Hockey Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
Let's call him. Let's see if we can talk to him.
Want me to call him right now?
Yeah, why not? I should have thought about this last night, but I got into the beer. I found out last night they're going to dump Zachy's.
Imagination.
There he is.
I hope he's, awake. I don't want to bother the guy. Zach's going into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. He'll be one of 5 characters going in. I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but it'll all be formally done later this year. I'm very proud of him for that. And I miss talking to him. It's been a while since we talked to Zachy. Who's he going in?
He'll be up. He'll be up.
Is he up?
Yeah.
He's going in with a photographer by the name of Bruce Bennett. Scott Gomez. Well, Zachy played with Scott in New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
Joe Pavelski. Well, Zachy's played with Joe Pavelski on many a Olympic team. I don't know if they were ever teammates in the National Hockey League. I don't think so. And a women's hockey trailblazer by the name of Tara Mountsey are all going into the hall. If Zach don't answer, that's all right. We can maybe try him. Maybe try to get him on tomorrow. Well, that is great. Have all of you been up there to Evelyn to the Hockey Hall of Fame?
I have not.
Dana, Josh?
No, I haven't.
It's been a while for me, but we used to stop.
I'm waiting until I induct you.
Oh!
I want that to be my first time there.
God, that would be great.
I
don't see any reason why not.
Do they have a wing in the United States Hockey Hall of Fame for beer league?
God.
Because if they had a wing,
they should.
Yes,
they should
be in there for sure.
Oh, and I apologize. According to a member of the Brother or Sisterhood here, I misspoke. I thought it was wine, women, and baseball night at the Twins game tonight. It's a wine, a woman, and baseball game. I forgot. It's lightly attended. You're right.
A woman, and then some wine and some baseball.
Yeah, there'll be wine and baseball and a woman.
Plenty of wine for that one woman. She'll need it, too.
It's been a long time since I've been up to the Hockey Hall of Fame in Evelyn, but, my dad's fishing shack was up beyond Orr, Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So we would drive on 53 past Evelyn, and we'd always stop and look around. And I always hear stories that it's going to be renovated, it's going to be moved, and I never really follow those stories. I'm not the type of guy to really I'll wait until something really happens so I don't get into the details, but cool place to go. I'd love to have my face up there someday on the walls of the hall.
Nothing from Zach, I'm assuming?
No, went to voicemail.
Friggin' voicemail. That's all right.
Sometimes when I blow my nose, I get a boner. I don't know why. It just happens.
Half-assed morning show.
Kawhi Leonard, Randy Shaver.
Yeah, a little sneaky stuff there.
I love this bit. Kawhi Leonard and the club that he plays for, the Los Angeles Clippers, owned by a feller by the name of Steve Ballmer. They all look like jackasses today. Someone uncovered some paperwork showing that Kawhi Leonard once had a $28 million endorsement deal with a tree planting company called Aspiration out there in California, okay? But Leonard never once publicly acknowledged the partnership or took part in any type of marketing or endorsements or anything. That's the laugh of Kawhi Leonard, in case you didn't know. He's got a very endearing laugh. So this was like a shady, under-the-table deal that just got Leonard some more money, Randy Shaver. This is a way of
the skirt of the salary cap.
Exactly.
A little Joe Smith situation.
Yes.
That is so funny. What was Joe Smith's situation?
Well, Joe Smith and Glenn Taylor. They
paid him under the table.
They paid him under the table to stay with the club.
That's why they lost like 9 draft picks in the 90s.
Right.
Oh, I remember the scandal, but I never knew it was exactly like that. So anyway, this was a way that the Clippers were able to cheat the salary cap by giving Kawhi Leonard this, quote, endorsement money, and he never said a word about the company. I saw Stephen A. Smith on television, and I laughed out loud. Stephen A. Smith yesterday, he said, now that's the Kawhi Leonard that I know, getting paid big money to do nothing.
I don't like the guy, but that's a good line.
Oh, jeez.
That was great. Others online said it's impressive to have 2 jobs that pay so well that don't require you to show up regularly.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard played just 37 games last year. He's missed 144 regular season games across 5 seasons while playing for the LA Clippers.
Yeah. Crazy.
That is effing funny. $28 million. God, I want one of those friggin' endorsements. Josh has got endorsements, but he works his balls off. He does. All he does is sit here and puts together his brilliant commercials. He works his nuts off. Kawhi Leonard's $28 million. He didn't say a word, Cubby.
That sounds pretty good.
He didn't say a word.
Word. I wonder how often stuff like that happens. It just some of these underhanded deals.
More often than we know about, obviously.
I would guess.
You're right. It's just a matter of whether you get caught or not.
Right.
It's a matter of whether you get caught. Oh, here's a listener who said he thought Kawhi Leonard's laugh all this time was C. Willie Miles. They do have somewhat similar laughs. I mean,
a little bit, yeah.
See, Willie gets down there when he laughs. That's very much like C.
I
Willie.
can see it, yeah.
Although I'm never in a million years going to compare personalities.
I'll try anything 4 times Jesus is going to give you, Nick, $1 to endorse him.
Let's call the boss before I say anything. I don't know if that's illegal or what.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah. Okay, we got an offer on the table. $1 if I endorse this listener. We'll see how.
I can say it because it's not my endorsement.
What's the name again?
I'll try anything 4 times Jesus.
All I got to do is endorse him.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, it is kind of fun sometimes asking you what your endorsements are or what they involve. Usually, it's other folks that have to kind of fill you in. Wait, who am I endorsing? What's that product?
That's not true at all.
Okay.
$1. That's the starting point. Mm-hmm. We're negotiating here.
All right, here's the negotiation. It's going back and forth. He is text back $1.50.
Okay.
Officer Nasty Jesus has upped it to $5.
Now we're talking. Mm-hmm. Now we're talking. How high can we go? And I'm very interested in what kind of things you will have me say about you.
Well, okay.
Whoever it is that is top bidder.
Will you take products instead of money?
No.
Okay.
No,
then that rules
money.
this out. Somebody said they found a half-gallon pee jug on the side of the freeway.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I don't need a half-gallon pea jug. No, I want straight-up monies. Unless you got a Ford Raptor or something.
Well, that'd be something. I'll take
Straight
a TRX.
cash, homie. Straight cash.
God, that's been your motto for years, Randy Shaver. You're rolling in it.
Straight cash.
Have you seen those T-shirts?
No.
They sell those things. Those like outside a U.S. Bank Stadium. Sometimes folks will have those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The tailgate lots and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. All the Minnesota things that have ever happened. They
the
make
soda stick people and the 10,000 takes people. They've all got those creative shirts they sell.
I love those people. I do. They're very creative, but didn't they? I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud because then you're going to play the friggin' audio and my blood pressure is going to skyrocket.
I won't play it if you don't want me to.
No, you will play it.
No, I won't. I promise. I swear to gosh.
Didn't they make a T-shirt that said, "You like that"?
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh, just the worst. The worst. How? You know how I get mad, Josh? When things become a thing and I don't think that thing deserved to become a thing?
Yeah.
That's on the top of my list. The Kirk Cousins, you like that. How that became a thing keeps me up at night. It does.
It is kind of annoying. For folks that want to hear it, what if I played that followed by a clip I know you like?
Fine.
I don't have to do it. It's up to you.
Fine.
All right, fine.
You like that? You like that?
Okay, and then we got this.
Oh, my word. You know what? It took the sting away.
It's like a shot in a chaser.
Do you take sexual favors?
Oh, no.
No.
Boy.
Well, you have disappointed calm real estate Jesus.
I can get those anywhere, dude. I can go anywhere for that. Calm real estate Jesus. Don't be offering me sexual favors. Look at me.
Bang, bang.
You think I'm short on that? I'm not.
Yeah, you got to turn those down more than you do endorsements.
Look at me.
Bang Bang Jesus, would you accept $100 to run a smear campaign against his buddy Milk after drinking Jesus?
Dude, we can talk. We can
you
talk.
You probably really enjoy that.
A smear campaign sounds fun. You know, Randy, I'm not trying to darken the mood or anything, but something that I wanted to mention yesterday, we didn't get to it. Hall of Fame basketball coach George Raveling passed away at 88 years old. Cancer got him.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention this guy just because I've always found him very interesting. I remember when he coached the University of Iowegians back in the 80s.
Yep.
He wasn't an over-the-top cartoon character like Gene Cady or Judd Heathcote or Bob Nye. He didn't need to be. Been in the Hall of Fame for a good 10 years. He was on a couple of Olympic basketball coaching staffs with Bobby Knight.
Correct. Yeah.
So he got to coach that prick Mike Jordan, but Patrick Ewing, Chris Mullins, Sam Perkins, Danny Manning, David Robinson, he got to coach all these guys. Stacey Augmon was one of the... Anyway, if you saw the movie, the Jordan movie...
You know, I still have not seen that movie.
What was that called again?
Air.
Did
you watch that, Dana?
Yeah.
Is that any good?
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
I really haven't heard much about it at all.
Is it out anywhere on...
Let me check that out.
I look for it
Dana
on
knows
HBO
these things.
and it's not there. I really want to watch that movie because George Raveling's a big part of that movie.
He is the dude who convinced Mike Jordan to sign with Nike or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's portrayed by Marlon Wayans. And, of course, when Jordan signed with Nike, it gave him his own brand and made him millions of dollars and changed the athletic apparel industry. Mike stayed close with George all the way through his life.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing about George Raveling that I found really interesting, and I had heard this story before, but it had been a while since I heard it out loud. He owned the original copy of the I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr. In 1963, George Raveling was working security at the March on Washington. As Martin Luther King was leaving, George Raveling just saw him and asked if he could have the speech. and Martin Luther King just handed it to him. Raveling held on to that copy until 4 years ago when he donated it to his alma mater, Villanova University.
That comes up in the movie. And it's on
Amazon. It does?
Yeah, and it's on Amazon Prime, by the way.
I saw the movie before. I don't remember that.
Amazon Prime. Okay.
Amazon Prime.
You can rent it on other places, but if you're already a subscriber to Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free.
This can't be right. Simon says the movie Air is the prequel to the movie Air Bud. I haven't seen it, so I can't confirm or deny that.
Yeah, he's just a puppy in this one, Josh.
$101, Nick.
Yes?
To endorse Weeb Jesus.
Well, again, I'm going to talk to the boss.
And he wants you to do an ad in gibberish. He's calling it gibberish. That's the language.
Oh, boy. I'd have to do some studying on that. I'll talk to the boss. Can I endorse a human being on this radio show? And can I make money from it? Can I benefit?
And a smear campaign against another one.
And or a smear campaign. Randy Shaver, things are looking up.
Yeah.
For me.
You know, you need to find these outside the work gigs.
Yeah.
Keep you moving. Keep that steady stream of income coming in.
Josh has got 11 of them.
Josh is loaded.
He is. He's very popular. He's very popular.
No, that's not the case.
All right, there you go, Randy Shaver. I don't know what else we could cover. We got a guest coming in, so why don't we just let you off the damn hook, and tomorrow we can get into the Friday broadcast.
Get real quick.
Jesus Christ.
Are we going to do football picks?
Did you hear that? They lit that.
Those guys were having fun, man.
No, we're not. We've been doing football picks for years. F football picks. Nobody cares if you
sounds like you want to do football.
We're not doing football picks. Nobody cares if you think the Chargers are going to win, but Brad Ryder thinks the Browns are going to win. Nobody cares.
What? You know, well, why don't
no
Randy
football
and
picks?
Brad do?
No, I hate
how about
football
5
picks.
games?
I hate it. We hated it when they did 5.
Oh, I like it.
I always hated it.
Josh,
don't be so sad, Randy.
What if we just did 3 games?
No football
Josh
picks.
Loved it.
I did like it.
I need room for my endorsements.
What if we did 1 game and 3 other games?
We're not doing any football picks. Brad will be here tomorrow. I didn't mean to make you so sad.
Take your ball and go home.
What's his name?
Andrew DePaula.
Andrew DePaula will be here tomorrow. Purple Pit. We got plenty to. We don't need boring football. Well, they are playing at home, so I'll take the Bengals.
Give me the 3 points.
Nobody cares.
All right.
You're the best, though. You just are.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamins podcast. Today, we're going to talk about what if you came across $50,000? What would you do?
Put it into a tax-advantaged retirement account.
The mortgage. That's what we do.
Make a down payment on a home.
Something nice.
Buying a vehicle.
A separate bucket for this addition that we're adding.
$50,000, I'll buy a new podcast.
You'll
partner.
buy new friends. And we're done. Thanks for playing, everybody. We're out of here. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's Dr. Andrea.
Here to save you about $5,000 and answer your pet questions. It's Dr. Andrea.
On the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it is 8:26. And our next guest is our coolest gal friend. Josh says it's Janelle Klein. I say it's Dr.
No,
Andrea.
that's not true.
Our coolest gal friend is here. Feel free to text 651-989-9393 if you have a question about your pets. From German Animal Hospital, Dr. Andrea Johnston. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you.
What's been going on?
Oh, busy. School's back in session. And
you were just telling us off air, like, it's all staggered for your kids. That must have been confusing.
It's just like that slow crawl. You're like, just rip the Band-Aid off and go to school.
You have children. The kindergarten, what did you say, kindergarten, 4th grade, and 7th grade?
Yeah.
How were they excited? At those ages, they're not too miserable about school, I wouldn't imagine.
No, I mean, this morning my middle schooler woke up and she's like, is today Friday? I'm like, you've been to one day of school. It's not Friday yet. So the excitement's over after one day.
I'll be honest, I thought today was Friday too, and we've only worked, 3 days this week? So.
Yeah, it's a short week.
Yeah, next week's going to be a 5-dayer, and I don't know if we have what it takes anymore. We've had some cake weeks here. Before we get into specific questions about specific problems for our listeners' house pets, I wanted to read this to you real quick, Dr. Andrea, from a listener and a customer of yours. I just wanted to say thank you to Dr. Andrea and your team, specifically Dr. Ian.
Ooh, he's the best. They're all great. He's great. Yep.
This listener goes on to say, we had to say goodbye to our kitty a couple weeks ago, and it was very hard, but it was the right decision. The calmness and peacefulness offered at your clinic was terrific. From everyone at the front desk to the techs to Dr. Ian, the process was unbelievable and made it, while difficult, a peaceful process. So they want to thank you very much.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that very nice?
That. Yeah.
It's always hard.
It is. We try. We try and make it comfortable and peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, there's never a good time for that. So.
No, it's a nice
thank you.
Way to start this segment.
Here's a person with a 6-year-old cane Corso mutt. I want a cane Corso.
Oh, they're so cool, aren't they?
Yeah. So no reason not to?
No, I mean, they're nice dogs as long as they come from a nice background.
We were talking about dogs a little earlier when discussing your visit this morning, and some of them I had to look up because I can't picture them when you say them out loud. So I'm looking up cane Corso.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are sweet.
They are cool.
So they say they have a cane Corso mutt, cropped ears. She shakes her head a lot. I brought her in. The vet said her ears are really clean. Could shaking her head be a calming thing for her? Thanks.
Maybe.
My dogs shake their heads all the time.
Are their ears cropped, your dogs?
No.
No.
It's crazy loud.
Yeah, the ear cropping thing is definitely controversial. It's not recommended anymore. And there's a lot of nerve endings and blood supply to the ears. I can imagine there might be a little bit of discomfort there, scar tissue. We don't crop ears anymore. It could be allergies too, even though there's not an ear infection, just shaking the head. Yeah.
So, Josh, you're saying you have, two Great Danes, right?
Yep.
They're always rattling their noggins back.
Do they do it in the morning?
It's
you
in the
hear
morning.
That, flapping.
Yeah, and when they kind of get up.
Yeah, it's like a person stretching their arms out, like yawning and stretching.
I mean, it is so, it'll wake you up. It's so loud.
It's pretty violent.
If they get up just to adjust, they do it constantly.
Well, they're such big animals, you never know. Maybe a set of car keys got in there or something, I did look up the cane Corso. It's a handsome dog.
Isn't that a cool looking dog?
Looks very friendly. Before we, how about this? This is a conversation we had earlier. Dr. Andrea, in my opinion, every neighborhood had a dog that you were told to look out for. I know my neighborhood did. Josh was talking about.
Ours was a Chow Chow, is what it was.
Ooh, those can be pretty saucy dogs. They're spicy.
I was asking, do you remember what kind of dog it was in your neighborhood that your folks told you, hey, don't go near that son of a bitch?
Yes, it was a Schnauzer.
Really?
Yeah.
Nasty little.
Yes. It's always the little ones.
So that was the one you had to step lightly around. Didn't like the kids walking by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
For us, it was a Doberman Pinscher.
Wow. Yeah, that could be scary.
And I was telling the boys earlier, it made itself very clear that we should not come onto their property. So my dad didn't even have to say a word. We could tell.
I love Dobermans, though. They're such good dogs.
Yeah.
Before, if we didn't have Danes, that's what we'd have.
They're
Wife's
good dogs.
obsessed. Ramtucky Sheezus has a cat that's been peeing in the bathtub. She did a home urine strip, mostly normal, but very high protein. Do you have any idea what could be causing this?
Well, first and foremost, you want litter boxes +1. So if you have 2 cats, you need 3 litter boxes. So make sure you have enough litter boxes. Make sure that the litter's clean, because a lot of times they get mad and will go other places if it's not. I worry, though, if there's protein in the urine, I'd get actually a true urine sample checked at the clinic, and you might want to do a urine protein creatinine ratio to confirm that there's protein, because that could indicate some kidney issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember being totally thrown the first time I heard that litter box plus one, that idea. Had one cat in the house and 2 litter boxes, and I said, well, what the hell is going on here? Is there a mystery critter in the house that I don't know about that's using? No, you should always have an extra. And I got that set up now, and it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they have preferences. They have places they like to pee and poop, and
As do we.
Totally.
As do we. 2 separate listeners, both kind of with the same angle here. One a brand new puppy owner, one a brand new kitten owner. So I'll start with the dog. Me and my fiance are picking up our first dog this Saturday after 10 months of waiting. So they must have been involved in some kind of a purebred golden retriever. So they're more or less asking, what are some of the things we need to look for or look out for with a new puppy? Kind of the same question for a new kitten. As new owners, what are some of the things you should look for health-wise?
Yeah. I would say a lot of puppies come with diarrhea, and cats, so make sure you get a fecal sample checked out. They can get Giardia and all those fun things from their mom and their litter mates. I'd check a fecal sample. I'd make sure, usually when I see a puppy or a kitty, I do a full exam. Look for hernias, heart murmurs, bite, jaw issues. Those are kind of the major things I look into. But usually a vet does a check on the puppies before they're actually sent out to the owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, you got a new puppy or a kitty in the house? I guess just for starters, watch your step.
Yeah, and watch your stuff. Watch for socks and underwear.
Oh, yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Chew everything in the house sideways.
Don't give a damn, Jesus said his wife's Min Pin had what looked like a seizure this morning. I love those dogs, by the way.
They're
Min
cute.
Pins. Seems fine now, but should she, is there any advice you have on that?
Yeah, so
should she be concerned?
I just get some baseline lab work on that dog. Make sure there's no low glucose or anything abnormal with liver values. And then usually if it's just one isolated seizure, we watch for more. Yeah, and it depends on the age of the dog too. If it's older, you worry about other things, big bad things.
So Min Pins, are they known for anything like that?
No, not really. No.
I knew a miniature pincher years ago that was so skilled. It would run so fast around the house when excited. I mean, unbelievable speeds. This dog could run up a wall. He did and could run up a wall, kind of like Josh back in the day when you'd watch a skateboarder go up the top of the ramp and then come back down.
What do they call that? Where they jump off walls and stuff.
Oh,
parkour? Yes,
that's exactly what it was. This dog could, and quite high, I'd say 7 or 8 feet. He would get up enough speed to run up the wall and come back down. It was fascinating to watch.
Yeah, they're rodent chasers, right? Isn't that their...
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
We have Dr. Andrea Johnston in studio from Gerber Animal Hospital fielding some questions from our listeners about their beloved house pet, 651-989-9393. And they said something a minute ago about a heart murmur. Was that something to look for?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a listener. His dog has a level 5 heart murmur. Is that really bad?
The intensity of the heart murmur does not indicate the severity of heart disease.
Okay.
Right? So you could have a 6.
Okay.
But you could have a grade 1 heart murmur and that dog could have pretty significant heart disease. Or you could have a grade 5 and there's no underlying concerns, at least at that time.
Okay.
But I'd get it checked out. 2
years old, has a level 5 heart murmur. Here's the specific question. Can I get her spayed?
Yes, but I would have an echocardiogram, an ultrasound of the heart done first, just to make sure there's no congenital, meaning was she born with this heart murmur, and is there risk, and what anesthetic drugs should you avoid?
Okay. Yeah. So in some cases, you can't put a dog, you can't put it under
You
anesthesia.
can't. You just have to be super cautious. Sometimes I refer those to the U of M, where there's an actual anesthesiologist monitoring. Yeah, but I'd get it worked up first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Purple Belt Jesus, who, by the way, is one handsome son of a gun, ladies, has a Belgian Malinois, a puppy who was attacked by 2 Rottweilers. Got bit pretty good on the butt and tail, has a hard time going number 2. He's able to move the tail. Other than a cone to keep him from licking, is there anything else to do? He seems fine, but he's clearly bothered back there.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably really itchy, too, if it's healing, if there's stitches in there. There's a lot of nerve endings back by, like, the rectum, so hopefully nothing was nicked if it's having a hard time going to the bathroom. But honestly, you probably just want to give some moisture in that food just to make it less painful when it poops.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Speaking of that part of the body, we were having a conversation earlier about Josh yesterday. His dog sat on his face.
Yeah, he more backed into it. So I was on, I don't know how to say this without sounding douchey. I'm doing push-ups, right? Which you could probably tell.
What?
Totally.
And he loves to get involved, right? Whether he's like trying to climb underneath me or get on top of me, and he just loves to get involved. So I was adjusting because he's right there, kind of in the way of my massive power push-ups, and he backed into my face. So I got a Rikishi stink face yesterday from the dog.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't cool.
When Josh mentioned that, then I also mentioned that, this dog that I have at home, when it wants to antagonize the cat, she leads with her ass. She
Interesting.
She backs into him. And so I was wondering if that's some kind of, do dogs typically use that as like a dominating type of a thing?
Yeah, and they also have they have scent glands back there, right? That are not pleasant. So that could be it too.
Also, I think it's because our puppy is so wimpy, she would never challenge the cat face to face.
Her face is too pretty.
It is. She is the cutest damn. Where else can we go with this?
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
A few people have texted in something very similar about their dogs barking. So I'll combine a couple. This person specifically says, what are some ways you can train your dog to not bark at people walking past your house? And someone else said they have some very yippy dogs, and they're moving to an apartment, so they're concerned. They've tried everything, can't get the dogs to stop. Bark collars. I think you've talked about bark collars before. They tried the ones that vibrate and said those aren't working.
Yeah.
So they're wondering if they should move to the shocking ones.
I mean, they do that, right, to protect their house or protect their owners. So it's hard. It's a hard line because you don't want to punish them for doing it, but you also want to minimize it. I do have some clients that move in apartments with dogs where we actually have to do sedatives and things like that when they're not home, just because people complain. I actually talked to a client yesterday who was at a behaviorist that said, when the dog's barking by another dog on a walk or in front of the house, you actually offer it a toy, and it kind of pacifies the dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's something you could try, but that toy is only used for those scenarios.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting question here from a listener about his bull mastiff by the name of Goomba.
Ooh.
I've never heard of this before. He has a tongue that does not fit in his mouth, and a vet has suggested clipping his tongue.
Oof. I have never heard of that.
You've never? Well,
I've never heard of clipping the tongue.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about what vet this guy's seeing.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean,
if you've never heard. You've been doing this for years.
No, a lot of dogs will get their lower teeth removed because they're diseased and their tongue will stick out. And I'll tell clients to make sure it's moist and not cracking, but I won't ever remove a part of the tongue.
God dang.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, was this in America? Were they?
Yeah.
What's the name for the Candy Jesus wants to know? What's the name of the medication you prescribe for urinary incontinence for dogs? Spayed female having problems with leaking when she sleeps, and there's a natural supplement they've been giving them that isn't working.
Yeah, there's 3 meds. There is DES, which is just estrogen, which was taken off the market for people, but we do use it in dogs, and it's quote-unquote safe. And then there's Proin, which people are using to make meth, so we have to keep that pretty controlled. And then there is Incurin. So those are the 3 I recommend.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There you go.
In that order.
In that order.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Andrea
on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, we're back. We got to stop saying bad things about people. We're back live on the air with Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital, taking your questions. Oh, about your little puppy or your little kitty. Did I miss something here? I got a text message that says, I'm slow and from a small town, but I could have sworn I heard a vet say that people are making meth out of dog bladder medication. Did I miss something?
Yes, you did.
They're finding anything to make it.
God, I'm sorry. I totally missed that when you said that. People are making meth out of dog bladder medication.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do about this, Josh?
I guess try some. I mean, they're going all the work.
If it's that popular.
Effort. Freaking the spreadsheets, Jesus. I love it. I love the name. He sent in an email, and we were able to show the doc off air a picture. There's some red bumps around the inside corner of one of his eyes, and looks like a rash or irritation. They just noticed him Monday. They're not getting any better or worse. No discharge or anything. Doesn't seem to be too bothered from him. What do you recommend, Dr. Andrea?
Yeah, so it actually doesn't even look like it's in the corner of the eye. It's all around the eye. It looks like what we call blepharitis, which is just inflammation of the eyelid margin. But that can be allergy related. It can be parasite related. It can be autoimmune. So I'd get that checked out, and you might need to try some therapies with medications. I don't know what allergies are like in North Carolina this time of year, but if it's seasonal and you notice it pop up periodically, it's probably what it is.
All right. Meth, not my thing. But I do like to drink beer now and again. And we've received a couple of texts this morning, Dr. Andrea, on beer drinking dogs. Is it as unhealthy as it sounds?
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. They can get intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not good for their gut.
I've seen it once. I've seen a drunk.
Like a loving drunk or an angry drunk?
He was a hyper drunk. This was my brother, had this big fat-ass black lab, about 110 pounds, just massive, big, strong sumbitch. And we had a beer party one night, and we did not know that a couple of our pals were pouring beer into this dog's dish, and he loved it. Later on, this dog was clearly drunk, but he was having the time of his life. He had stuck one paw into his now empty water dish that was filled with beer for a while. He stuck one paw in the dish and then kind of skateboarded around the room with his one paw in that dish. He was clearly a fun drunk. But my brother was pretty pissed off about it when he found out that people were putting beer in his dish. And I've heard bad things.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
You know those college dogs that live in a frat house? You hear a lot about that.
I had a college dog.
Yeah.
I did. I had a dog living with me and my 3 friggin' loser buddies up at St. Cloud State. Luckily, she was such a well-behaved dog. You know, she almost, damn near, other than going outside, she more or less took care of herself. But it was stupid. It was stupid that I brought her up there because, my God, it was just a lawless disaster up there. And one time, my 3 buddies forgot to bring her inside when it was about 20 below zero. Jeez. I was so friggin' furious. Last thing I said before I left, I said, don't forget the dog's outside. But, of course, they're worried about going to a bar. So they leave her outside. I come home. She's gone. It's 20 below. I get in my vehicle, now drunk, driving around St. Cloud looking for her. I found her jogging down the road with an ice beard.
Aww.
Oh, we snuggled hard that night, me and Megan Marie. We did.
How do you treat a dog hangover? Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Oh, a little scrambled egg on
Is
the
that
food?
why they call it hair of the dog?
Yeah, right.
You just give them a little more?
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's just like us, Cubby, a McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, they just
That's how
struggle
you-
through it.
Fun Size Jesus has a golden who had a tapeworm. They took a sample to the vet per their request. She said she had a segment of the worm in this sample. The sample came back and they said it was negative for tapeworms.
Yeah.
How, in all caps, she asked.
Yeah, so they actually are not seeing like the smaller, like the actual eggs or cysts of those parasites, but they're actually seeing the tapeworm. A lot of times they'll note like tapeworm segment, but they don't see other parts of the tapeworm in the stool. I still treat in those cases just to be, cover your bases. You don't want to see any more tapeworms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
We had a lab who had a tapeworm once.
They're fun, aren't they?
This is kind of a sad story here, texted in for Dr. Andrea, but interesting. And it leads to an interesting question. Guy's got 2 dogs. One watched the other get hit by a car.
Oh,
man. And it sounds like it totally changed the dog's personality. So the question is it possible for a dog to develop PTSD? That's a really interesting question.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, you think about those scenarios where they were boarded or locked in a kennel as puppies, and then they have such PTSD from it, they don't ever want to be in a kennel again. So a similar situation, I put a lot of dogs on, not a lot, but some dogs on Prozac after they've lost like a housemate. So there is medication you can use, at least for the short term. I'm sure that dog is traumatized.
Wow.
I can't even imagine.
We don't give them enough credit for how much they can feel, I think, emotionally.
Yeah, and their resiliency. You mention that all the time. You do.
Yeah.
That they are so resilient.
They are.
They can come back from anything and everything and remain a happy
for sure
character.
They're way better than people.
Yeah. Look at all the dogs on wheels. You know, I had a dog on wheels. It was a horrible thing. But you couldn't tell by the look on her face most days. She was just happier than all hell.
Yeah.
Lesbian medical laboratory scientist Jesus wants to know, 6-year-old bulldog begun breaking out in massive hives when she gets too excited. I need to give Benadryl to fix it. Why is this happening?
Yeah, so I'd make sure, I mean, bulldogs are known for having hives and allergic reactions. I don't know if you've changed the diet or they're getting a new treat or if there's an insect that's causing a flare-up. I'd also make sure there's not any like lumps that are new. Mast cell tumors are really common and they release histamine. Benadryl is an antihistamine, so that's why it works. So I get your dog checked out, make sure there's nothing new physically. Yeah, keep going with the Benadryl though. It helps.
Is it common for dog siblings to not get along terribly well as they grow up together?
Yeah, just like people, right?
Too much time together. Yeah. Need a little independence.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
This listener has 2 old English bulldogs. That doesn't mean they're elderly. Is there a breed of dog called an old?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. So they're not exactly, like they're 12 years old. I have 2 old English bulldogs. They're brothers. They're about 1 year old. Okay, here it is. And recently they're not getting along. And the guy basically said, I've heard owning siblings isn't always the best idea. Yeah, I suppose,
Honestly, siblings are not. There's just that underlying language that we don't see or understand. There's something that's making the other one upset, or they're trying to figure out who's the alpha, in the house.
What's the longest you can stand being around your siblings? Give us a time frame.
Oh, gosh. They're probably listening.
Like 20 minutes,
right?
half hour? Yeah. Josh, what's your tolerance there? Being with your siblings?
My siblings, I can stand some time.
Well, but you can hang way longer with your brother than your sister, right?
Well, I rarely ever see her, so maybe it'd be different if she lived in town. But yeah, she's out of town, and I don't see her very often, so I can handle some time.
These dog siblings don't live together, but 2 of my friends, they both got Bernese Mountain Dogs from the same litter, and they live near each other. So when those 2 dogs get together, it's the most joyous, pure thing you'd ever see. They're jumping on. It's like Rocky and Apollo on the beach when they're jumping up and down, hugging after running the race. Like they just embrace they're long lost pals catching up. It's so
How
pure.
often do they see each other?
Every couple of weeks or month or so, I guess. Yeah, and it's just beautiful to see. It just brings a tear to your eye.
And they remember.
Oh yeah, they fall right back into rhythm.
Yeah, I believe that. I feel like they pick up on it.
A chatterbox kitten who won't shut up, Dr. Andrea. A chatterbox kitten who won't shut up. Is this normal because she's happy, or is she trying to communicate something else to me?
Is it kitten like a baby?
It is a kitten approaching 1 year old.
Oh, yeah. You might want to get another kitty. Maybe she's a little bored. She needs to be stimulated. She could be hungry. So I don't know what you're feeding or how much you're feeding, but that could be it too.
Jesus.
Wants attention.
I feed that cat of mine every night at 5:30. And he starts bitching at me around 3. Yeah.
Their internal clock is insane when it comes to food. Oh, it's amazing.
He is on my ass 2.5 hours ahead of time.
It's so fascinating.
It's weird. The internal clock. That's a good point. Our dog's on the nuts. They know when they're supposed to eat within a couple of minutes.
Yeah, isn't it?
And then we have one dog that we don't let them sleep in the bed when we're actually sleeping because they're too big. But so when my alarm goes off at 3, sometimes at 2:58, he's right next to me because he knows he can get in bed when I get out. And I have no idea how good they're, which sucks when it's the weekend, but it's crazy how good that is.
My dogs do it with the school bus, which is crazy.
Oh,
my
wow.
dog, he waits at the end of the driveway because he knows it's coming soon.
Oh, yeah. Same with my dog when he knows my wife is getting home from work.
That's cool.
That's adorable. Adorable. All right. We got to get the hell out of here. But we thank you again for everything,
Of course.
Dr. Andrea.
Yeah, it's fun.
We'll talk to you in a couple. We thank everyone for texting in also. A hugely popular guest, Dr. Andrea. So we try to get to as many as we can. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Josh, we got to get going again.
Best of luck and congratulations to Greasy Trapper Jesus closing on his first house today. I would do it again, Jesus, wishing his beautiful, sexy love of his wife, Hell Bunny Jesus, a happy 10th anniversary. And then he goes on to say, thanks for taking my 2-inch tadpole of terror for 10 years.
Lord have mercy.
Ginger Snap Jesus would like to wish Jack a happy 20th. Congratulations to Chaos Coordinator Jesus and her amorous family. She found out she's going to be an aunt for the 9th time and requested to use her shout out to tell her kids, Isaac and Nevada, they're going to have another cousin soon to play with. And happy birthday to Carissa, turning the big 06 today from Dad, drawing lines and stacking dimes Jesus.
You're listening to the radio. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.